No audio.
No audio.
Hi, everybody.
That's all right.
Hey.
I haven't said anything important at all.
It wouldn't
But-
be this game if I didn't mess something up on the producer side of things at least once.
You know what? I believe this.
God, I missed
this
last week's
bodes
producer
well.
already.
He also had a moment as well, which was great.
I did,
Yes.
yeah, I panicked.
So
I
I'm
pooped
gonna
myself.
let
It
you
was so
know.
scary.
This
We have
is-
not had an episode that
and if last week was any indication for an amazing episode we had, then this bodes well. This is good luck.
Yeah,
okay?
true.
Yeah.
We have nowhere to go but up.
if it's
Anyways,
working.
this is Happy Jack's RPG Network. This is Happy Jack's Actual Place, and this is What About Bobs? This is an all original adventure.
What about Bobs?
What about them? This is an all original adventure for the Mausritter RPG, written by Isaac Williams, published by Losing Games. And if you like whiskered mousy adventures, check it out, Mausritter. We're big fans, and this is our big finale, folks.
Finale?
Finale.
Fun and finale.
Yeah. We're about to go down a fun alley today.
Okay, that's a different
Oh,
thing.
wow, that's wow. It's just woo. Well, folks, it's been a thrill and a joy, and for those of you watching and listening to this in the future, thanks so much for checking us out. It's been truly a delightful ride, and honestly, has been a surprising and exciting experience at every turn. I want to just kick off this session. We're gonna do the briefest of recaps. We're gonna do just like a real nuts and bolts. Here's what happened. Let's go, because we've got a lot of meat to dive into. But we're going to do that right after these messages. As this is the final episode, I want to say some nice things about my cast.
Oh.
Now, they mostly detest being perceived, but perception they are worthy of.
Okay.
All right, we're going to start over here with our most recent addition to our fantastic crew, Dion. Thank you so much for joining Mausritter. I am just really honored to have a chance to be able to play with you, and I really appreciate the fact that you came in so strong and picked up on all of the jokes, the puns. I think you instantly created a town that just became canon. Port of Finn is just
Love it.
It belongs in this world. It definitely lives there. I particularly appreciate your description of the town itself and the way the whole community gathers around on the pier and just the whole concept that they share stories. It's so powerful. Probably my standout moment really was actually talking about this with you when you just kept saying, look, if you want me to play a pirate mouse, just say you want me to play a pirate mouse.
That's how the conversation went.
I just really appreciate your energy. And honestly, it's been outstanding to have Captain Finn with us.
Finnegan.
Captain Finnegan is on board. And so thank you so much for joining. And I've got a little trinket for everybody. Look, I have a problem. I collect games that I don't play, and I have a game that has just the perfect little mousy miniatures that I think belong with all of you. They don't exactly look like your characters, but just imagine that in the future, when they tell the legends of all of your characters, they'll portray you in more fantasy tropey types. So your swashbuckler buccaneer might be more like a roguey mouse. So Captain Finnegan, there you are.
So cute.
Can I?
Okay, how close?
Get in
Oh,
there.
I love.
Dion, thank you so much for being part of this.
Of course.
experience.
Thank you for the invitation. This has been great.
Let me jump right over to. I'm gonna just jump around.
Oh.
Let's jump over to Bill. Bill, you, I think, without a doubt, have become Bob 303. Without a doubt, has become the heart of this game. I think without Bob 303, without you leaning into this science mouse build, we wouldn't have had a lab that we're going to. We wouldn't have had a weird wizard who does experiments. I think we had all the parts, and you kind of gave this story a beating heart. And I really appreciate that this character is just so full of like innocence and curiosity. It's just a very vulnerable choice, and I think you kind of doing that was really, what I think was really powerful. Investing in this concept of like someone who wants to learn more about their identity. For me, one of my standout moments was you using the truffle of True Talk. Now, when we first used the truffle of True Talk with the mic and the network, it was dope, but also it was like, well, the mushroom's already communicating, like we kind of see. But for me, the iconic moment is when you used it to talk to the brook, to the flowers, to like, I think to the waterfall. I think it just went along with this like this idea of like how curious this mouse is, and you channeling through that. It was just like such a rad way for you to inject that element of wonder into the game. So, Bill, thank you so much for being part of this.
Thank you.
And I think in the ages to come, they will see Bob 303 as a great wizardly mouse.
Oh, it's so cute.
And
He's so cute,
even I think he
everybody.
has like a little ladybug on his like little shoulders there. So
The Liz.
Does.
He's got a little
Liz. Little lady Liz.
That's great. I can blind myself trying to paint this.
Wow, what a gift! Huh? A gift that keeps on giving. Let's jump over to Kai.
I was like 2, 3, 3 blind
Um,
balls. I'm sorry.
Kai, I so appreciate you leaning into Lure's love of lore. I think there's just been this consistent, like, gravitas that has been added to moments that I didn't think there was any gravitas to be added, but it's just this idea of the grand story, and I love how much that connects with the theme, and also he gave us a fascination and appreciation for water, which has become an overwhelming kind of like theme for this game. And I love all the moments when there's just like lore to be mined and a story that you are like you want to dive into. For me, a very standout moment I thought was like, oh, this is the character full come circle, is when Jeremy Allen White gave you the wild rice, and just the way you're like, and there is importance in the way I'm going to eat this rice, and it smells, and it there's impact, and like this is the way lore approaches everything. There's just a commitment to be fascinated with making every moment heavy.
He's in a state.
I love that just like that idea of being fascinated with the story. So thank you so much for being a part of this. And yes, in ages to come, perhaps your hook will be remembered as the Great Warhammer.
Oh, hell yeah. Oh, look at this big swole mouse.
There you go. Moving right along.
Hell yeah.
Terry, I have been so impressed and so appreciative of how unapologetically unique all of your choices have been. They're singular. They are the Terry Gamble's choices.
Weird.
I have never been able to predict what you're going to do.
Oh,
there's no
awesome.
choice that's been like all of it has always been completely eye-opening, and like, what a unique perspective. I think your energy and your love of weird is so encouraging, because I think it actually has helped everyone here like feel more comfortable to take bigger, bolder choices. I would actually, speaking for myself, an iconic moment for me was I was really nervous before the Jeremy session. I mean, you guys don't know the stuff behind here, but I had like a whole mechanic for like, there's like a clock where I would tick off like, oh yeah, they've asked 4 things. Now the band's gonna play the next song. They're all gonna I'm drop. What kind of songs do they sing? I'm like, I'm dropping all these little hints, and I was really nervous.
Oh my god, it was like Hunger Games. Like,
yeah, I was just like, I had so many things in the air, but I was like, and then you made the choice to just flirt so hard with Renner, and I was like, oh, this is what's going on. This is actually what's happening, and it was just so much what a relief to like say like, oh, all of this stuff is going to be okay, because we're engaging with a thing that's even more compelling than something that's like rattling on my brain. And that was very encouraging for me. So thank you for letting all of us, I think, feel a little bit more, unbound in our choices.
it's all about relationships. That comes from improv training at the Second City, and we focus on relationships. Yes, and
Sponsored by the Windy City. And perhaps in the ages to come, they will remember you as the great healer with a very heavy mace.
oh my god, that is how I make my mushroom farm.
That's right.
Oh, cutie.
Yeah, it is a little bit like don't step on the flowers.
Yes.
Oh, it's just a big mushroom, okay? Don't worry about
And I
it.
do want to call out that I think there's also something really compelling that I think your character constantly leans into non-violent ways of so far, but that doesn't mean it has to
I
be.
mostly just like, can I be in the corner and can I give you the drugs when it's done?
Yeah.
Everyone needs that friend.
And at last, Joey. First of all, you are doing multiple jobs every time we're here. That in itself, and the fact that you don't sweat, that you don't seem to have a problem.
That's a medical condition.
What a wonderful medical condition. And I just find that you are just kind of consistently unflappable, classy, and you're so much optimism that I think comes right through Bob Hope. And I think Bob Hope like kicked off the game with one overarching theme, which is like the theme of love. I mean, it was because you suggested to a guard that maybe his partner is in love with them that we had a wedding to kick off the entire series. And I think this sense of optimism and looking for the best in situations and looking for the way that the great stories or this story has a positive ending, the essence of hope has been so, I think, paramount to this game. And I feel like it overall gave this experience, this idea of like grand tale that, you know, and also almost paralleling with the way you are as a producer, your character has done a lot of really cool ways to just like troubleshoot situations, like for example, when you're when you're throwing your voice around to distract the capybara, which way to go. Like there's all these little moments, like talking with the moles to get them to get a map of the underground tunnels. You know, so there was like something there that was just, you know, in case we could use it. So there are a lot of moments, but to me, a very iconic moment that I thought just really, really speaks to who you are is you have had the greatest bar none description of your character that I've ever seen on any game. It certainly surpasses anything I'm capable of describing. Succinct and to the point, you described your character as having a big heart and a dumb ass. And I believe that is Pulitzer. That is going to stop wars. That is your EGOT. That is you saying, thank you, I have a big heart and a dumb ass. It is honestly, it's iconic even when you're not trying to be iconic. So thank you for that, Joey.
Thank you.
And thank you all for being a part of this, gang. Let's get mousy. And here is your hero.
Oh my
very
God.
heroic mouse.
He's
That's
the best boy.
Actually, just him now.
He's just a little guy.
It's just a little bit.
I love him so much.
Cutie.
I'm sorry. I've never heard a more accurate description for my life, so please forgive me if I borrow that term. A big heart and a dumb... Oh.
It is given.
It's a shirt and it's a RuPaul's Drag Race tagline. I swear, it's incredible. It's iconic. It's you, and I love it.
It's so great.
And Artem, thank you for wrangling this
You, yeah.
Yes.
wild bunch
Oh my God.
of misfits and vagabonds
Mhm.
together into this wonderful, much needed at this juncture of the universe time.
Thank you.
I really, really, really appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thanks, y'all. From
Spreading
the heart.
hope.
Yes.
Hope. That's
Yeah.
it. That's what it's all about. Well, folks, audiences, listeners, love you for being here. Let's get into this. Is the grand finale, episode 10. All right, we're going to do a real quick nuts and bolts. Yeah, that's right. Let's loosen up. That's right. Yeah, shake it out, folks. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Red leather, yellow leather, red leather, yellow leather.
Gladys's and Liz's.
Liz.
So, in a previous episode, our fantastic band of Bobs met up with an absolute phenomenal, iconic Captain Finnegan from the port of Finn. They met up in the most glorious place in the world, even after the apocalypse, Geeky Teas in Burbank, California, and joined with the wizardly scholar Jeremy Crawford. They left that wonderful place as it was collapsing and falling apart, as water seemed to be bursting through the seams in the floors of Geeky Teas. I know.
Sorry, Darby.
It must be avenged. sorry, Darby, and other boys.
And other people.
Of course, Captain Finnegan took us down into his town of Port of Finn. We went down into the sewers to explore the wild rivers of the underground of the Fairwilds. There's a whole other world down there. Meanwhile, Bob Hope had been abducted by these gross rat goblins and shoved into a papoose of sorts.
Call it what it is, the possum pocket.
Yep. So funny.
Worn by a very beefy possum named Bubba Trubba.
Honestly, it sounded so cute.
Nothing beat the message though when Joe was watching the episode and went possum pocket.
Not the possum pocket.
After spending a very beautiful evening at the Port of Finn, sharing stories, meeting the community, and introducing some culinary delights in the form of salt and mushrooms to the local stews.
Seasoning?
World
Incredible. Incredible.
This thing that grows all over your home? Yeah, those are food.
Yeah, those are not just decor.
Exactly. Thank you for that. And also realizing that there are mushrooms all over the underground as well.
Yeah.
Captain Finnegan, with Captain Finnegan's crew, were compelled to help our crew to sail down the river that had picked up current significantly. And on this current, they went into the darkest parts of the river where they had never been explored before. The navigator was super excited to chart new territories. And they eventually caught up with a raft that was being pushed along by 4 very, very strung out rat goblins that also held aloft the gargantuan Bubba Trubba, who's helping not at all. And we are picking up our story as the rivers that along which we are following Bubba Trubba. And I must note, there was an attempted ambush by
Yeah. We wrecked that otter.
that was really quickly thwarted.
Yeah.
Wow. Truly gave a new name to being thwarted. There's just so much damage. So after dealing with the pathetic otter, we caught up to the beefy opossum and the red goblins as they were arriving at the loading dock of what we believe is Castle Clark, aka Arthur C. Clarke Memorial Laboratory.
The lab.
And that is where we are picking up now. So, Bob Hope, deep in the possum pocket.
Warm, soft.
Bob Lure, Bob and Lure, Bobby Socks, Captain Finnegan and the crew, and Bob 303 are slowly approaching on the raft behind. I believe where we left off last time is that Bob 303 was just about to use the truffle of True Talk to communicate with some very unique characters. And I believe we had a 4 and a 5.
At 4 and a 5.
4 and a 5.
It was or a 3 and a 5. But who I'm communicating with is the water, the river, because I put my hand in, my little paw. The mushrooms, because I had to check in with my sea little network. There's mushrooms we've established now, growing kind of everywhere, unknowing food everywhere. Over here. And Bob Hope.
Great. Okay, so that's 3 and then 5. Perfect. So before we do that, folks, we're kind of in initiative mode here right now. You guys have the element of surprise, so you would get the jump. But since this all kind of happens at the same time, I want to get a sense of, before we cast the spell and we do real time 5 minutes conversation, what's everybody else doing? And we'll get to Bob Hope in a second. You're in the pocket.
Yeah.
Sorry. Pocket. What are we doing? So we're at the port right now. We've made it to the port. Is that where we're at?
Yeah, the
Or
loading
coming into
loading
it.
dock.
Yeah,
Yeah,
loading
you're-
dock.
mhm.
Okay.
You've not been spotted yet by the rat goblins and the opossum.
All right. Well, I'm definitely suited up. I've got my little light armor on. I'm putting on my little spore mask. I gotta have my little. Yeah, I'm ready.
Yep.
For anything. I want to take a look around and see. Obviously, like what the shadows and what the light looks like in there, and like where I'm ready to scramble. If I need to run and hide somewhere, get somewhere quickly,
Okay.
just in case there's anything that is aroused or awoken by us coming up to the gate.
Gotcha. So you're just kind of on the lookout, so nothing can really like surprise you. What about for Lure?
I think Lure has gotten Gertrude out and is looking at Captain Finnegan.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want anything to come to your ship. If it helps, we can take her out. Keep you at a distance.
Gertrude?
Gertrude is a raft.
The raft from earlier.
Yeah, that folds in half. Sorry, yes.
Baby raft that you said, ooh, that's not a ship.
Yeah.
This is my ship.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
you
He's
like
got-
did the thing where your like ship was bigger than their ship.
When you did the Crocodile Dundee.
Yeah, that's not annoying.
That's not a lie.
Yeah, exactly.
So for the kids who don't know that are watching the show,
Right.
it's a movie
That's not
in the 1980s about an Australian. His name was Crocodile Dundee.
Mhm,
There's a scene where he has a knife. It's real big.
It is real big.
Yes.
I would not maybe, but I would say let me sort of work mine out first, because what I would be doing, what Finnegan would be doing was talking to the crew and making a plan.
Yeah. Okay.
So like the first mate would come with us. That's sort of my battle ready person. So tell first mate to go get ready, but then be talking to chef and navigator and telling them like stay with the ship, get it turned back around, ready the oars, like get ready to go back if we need to come back in a hurry.
Ooh. Okay.
So like having like an escape plan and make sure nothing happens to the ship while we're gone.
Yeah.
But maybe if we do want to leave the ship here, and I think yours would be definitely more stealthy, and
Yeah.
we would be able to sneak up. So Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So maybe you're part of like all of this because
Oh yeah, he's like
we already
standing
have
there.
a sense of like you're a Finn. Like,
Yeah,
get in here, get
he's
in here.
like, I'm here, and the more he's there, the more he's like, yes, a Finn, maybe.
And your first mate is Finna?
Uh-huh.
Right.
So Finn is the only one that's coming with us.
Finn
The
is
other
coming
two are
with-
going to stay with the ship.
Yeah. So, great. So then we'll say that you are dealing with the ship and kind of raiding it so that you can switch to more stealth mode. Is that what we're kind of doing?
I think to the point where like he's gonna lower Gertrude into the water
Got it.
and kind of just like sit there because it's not got oars. He's the momentum on this barge,
Mm-hmm.
Whoa.
so he's in the sewer water,
Okay.
Oh, you mean you're in the water?
kicking.
Oh, dude. Like a Navy SEAL.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Mini kickboard.
yeah. It's a
Oh,
mouse-powered raft.
It's so cute.
How do you think he got green?
Listen,
It's moss.
Finnegan sees this and he has thoughts, but he's learned to respect you enough that he's not going to say anything this time. But he's like,
Gonna
what?
turn back to brown now.
Okay. So then, so Captain Finnegan is kind of you and Finna
Mhm.
are kind of on the lookout for stuff, and then the chef and the navigator are going to be sort of tying the boat up to
Mhm.
keep it secure, but also having it ready to go.
Right, abouting face and tying it up.
Love
yeah.
that. Perfect. Okay, so that brings us to, let's do it. I'm assuming that everybody is aware of what you're doing.
Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
Okay. Here we anything else you want to say or should?
So he takes the last bite from the truffle and then tosses it over the side.
And go.
So first he reaches out to the mushrooms.
Hey, mushrooms. It's 303.
Mother here. Yes.
Hello, mother.
Yes.
I just wanted you to know that, right
You never
now,
call anymore. It's been a while.
I know, but I don't have much time on my card, so I
so
gotta
typical.
talk real quick. So here's the thing. You're gonna notice the water is gonna start receding because we have an ally that's digging tunnels to drain the water. So we're doing what we said we would do, to drain the water away from where it's too damp for all of you.
My dear brave mouse, where are you right now?
Do you sense the fact that the water's
I
nuts in
sense-
some areas?
I sense a great darkness. Many of my children are near you right now.
Yeah, that was made it a lot easier to contact you. There's like a whole bunch on the ceilings under here. But we're gonna do a thing that I hope that works. But I just wanted you to know that I kept my promise.
These children, they're strange. They're changed. I even as close as you are to them now, I can't reach out to them through you.
I know that.
Please find out what's happened to them.
Oh, I'll do my best. Okay, I gotta talk to the water now. I'll try to get back to you before my time's up, though.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
please do.
I
It's
will.
so
I'll
nice
do
chatting with
everything
you
I
all the
can
time.
to save you
Yeah,
mushrooms.
I miss you.
Miss you? Okay.
Then he speaks to the river.
I
the
am
water.
the great current. You speak now
Yes.
to the elder of my sister Brooke. She
Yes.
speaks highly of you.
Well,
What can I do for you?
bring you great tidings.
I like that.
Of strength and
Tides.
power. Do
Mm.
you sense that you are gaining in strength?
I
and speed?
am sensing. Yes. That's
we
you.
have an ally that is taking the water that has been removed from you and returning it. to
I
your
appreciate the
strength.
amplitude. It's nice. It's good to be recognized for what I am, a mighty current, a turbulent water.
There is more coming, but we need your help so we can keep more of the water of you returning to your strength.
Yes, well, look, there is a real protocol to the way these things are done. I am the Great River. You can't just command me.
No, I'm asking, and I'm trying to give you something wonderful in return, which is
But
you.
look, I don't want to get in trouble with the nature spirit, who's really kind of in charge.
Okay.
If the nature spirit approves of it,
Alright.
have you seen any giant fox faces on the side of a huge
Yeah, we did, and they're like totally all good with us doing whatever we need to do to stop this owl that's doing terrible things.
Look, I want to believe you, but I'm going to need it
Okay.
hear from their giant wooden fox face directly.
I don't
Can
know
you
how to-
communicate with them? You can. You have that flower thing.
No, I don't have.
Yeah,
the
yeah, you
flower
do.
thing.
It's the
I gave that away.
You gave it away.
I'm
Oh,
gonna do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Whew. Okay.
Got rid of all the slots.
Give me a quick willpower save.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right,
Right.
2d6.
Just 1d6.
no,
1d20.
Willpower. I'm gonna use a duck.
Yeah, you are.
I'm gonna
duck
use,
it.
I'm gonna use two
Yeah,
ducks.
just do it.
Yeah,
Duck
yeah,
it,
yeah. Duck it.
It's the last session.
We need
goddammit.
it. We need it.
Do
All right, great.
it.
All right. I think that takes us to
Double duck.
41. Okay, great. 41 ducks. Spend them. All right, look, you just don't get me in trouble with the fox face, okay? We have
won't.
a strict,
I promise.
rivers can't run uphill. We have to run downhill.
I
This is
understand.
all, there's a lot of, all right.
So, if you
You're
do
ready.
you, do you sense these like weird not living things moving in you over near where you go up against an unnatural
The water,
jetty?
my waters, where you are right now,
Yes, and right in like further
Are-
downstream from us.
are tainted and changed.
Yes. So we have one of our allies that's helping make you stronger there. And what I could really, my request that I
30
hope you
seconds.
can do is to basically pull the really big fat opossum guy and the dead guys underwater and take them away, but let our little live mousy friend live. And I hope that you get that. Bob, when the ship sinks, just swim backwards towards us.
What? 303? Is that you?
Yeah, it is. Okay, but when stuff's gonna go crazy, and just swim. We're behind you.
Okay. I trust you.
Bubba Trubba Patsy goes, quiet down, Squeaky. You don't sound squeaky anymore.
Steve.
That's better.
Ah.
Come on, slow little guys. Get closer to the loading. Come on. I need to get in.
Perfect. Okay. And suddenly, with a huge gust, what feels like first it's just air, and then it almost seems to be like a backdraft, and then there's this pressure, and you hear, and a massive wave comes rushing out. Now, it's not super duper well aimed, but it seems you guys are all going to have to do some dexterity saving throws just to avoid some damage. But the wave collides with you, and then as it does, it plummets down, creating this almost like whirlpool. And as it does, you watch the literal waves kind of split off into these like three tendrils that hold on to the Bubba Trouble, the opossum, and a fourth tendril picks you Bob Hope out by a paw.
Oh.
And actually very gently places you on the side of the dock. Everybody else roll this dexterity saving throw.
I am in the water. Does that change anything?
Ooh, no, I think you just roll a dexterity saving throw. Yeah, because you're
D20.
D20? I forget.
a d20. Yeah.
You just gotta roll under. You got some strong
Yeah.
stats though.
And we got
With dex, yeah.
41 ducks. Can't take them with you. Burn through them.
We're good. Okay.
I'm gonna take a duck.
Duck.
We're rolling under, right?
Under.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Amazing.
Oh my God,
well, that was worse than the one
I
before.
used the duck as well, but I made it on my second one.
Okay. You get threshed around. You get
Yeah.
splashed around. All right, all of you get whoosh, the water flips you guys out. I think Bub and Lord probably boogie boards out.
He does the surfer thing. He dives under the wave and lets Gertrude just kind of ride the wave attached to him, and then he comes back up like nothing happened.
Oh my god, so
Pro
cool.
moves.
So Blue Crush.
We're gonna go off
Yeah.
your success for the rest of your group.
Okay.
Do those moves impress?
Yeah, 100%. Like I'm interested in this, like in the water. Like, maybe there's something to it. Like maybe.
So y'all get swept up and kind of dispersed onto the loading dock, except our fungal farmer gets smacked down a little bit uncomfortably, and you will be taking 3 points minus the 1 for your armor, so just 2 points of damage as you well, I don't know how difficult it is for you to gain your footing.
Not too bad.
Okay.
Just a little bit. Gotta move my mask a little bit. I was a little shaken up.
As you guys are on the side of the loading dock, you're reunited with your lovely Bob Hope.
quick question.
Yes.
Just confirming. When I got put in the possum pocket,
Yes.
was I put in with all of my gear, or were they smart enough to disarm me beforehand?
This is a wonderful thing you're putting out onto the universe.
Brave.
Yeah.
This will say stupid.
Let's roll a luck check. I think 50-50. I think they probably weren't too smart, but they also could have really carelessly thrown you in, and stuff might have just fallen out.
Spend a duck on that?
You just could spend a duck on that.
Yeah.
There we go. That's a 2, baby.
All right, you got your stuff.
It's a soft padded pocket. They're not worried about it.
As all of you are just getting your bearings, you watch this whirlpool spin around.
Baba Trouble, seasick, first time ever. I love swimming.
The rat goblin's like, oh no, we should have never partnered up with someone who was obviously evil. You bet high, you lose high. And he gets sucked down underwater. There no more. You are on the side of this loading dock, and in front of you looks like a giant slab of steel that has been kind of almost kicked open from just this very side corner of it. So if you were a human, you would
peeled
see
back.
Well, yeah. If you were a human, you would see a big steel door that had the bottom left corner peeled back. And it is, believe it or not, big enough for a mouse to get through.
Oh, heck yeah.
Okay, what do we want to do?
We're going in. Oh, probably going in.
Don't apologize. Take charge.
Are we?
Yeah.
No,
You're right.
I feel like it's the finale. We're going in.
Yeah.
We have to stop this.
You see-
Also, hello. I'm Bob Hope.
Bob Hope. This is Captain Finnegan of the Finns.
Pleasure.
From the Port of Finn. It's a place.
They're from the
river.
wet place.
The wet? You've been talking about the wet place.
Yes, we find it.
Do you think it's a sign?
I do. I think it's time we go in.
Well, Captain Finn, it's a pleasure to meet you.
Pleasure. Pleasure's all mine.
Now, let's go and destroy this owl.
Yeah, okay.
That's owl I'm talking about.
Oh, you're a real hoot.
Are you saying you're down?
Oh,
Who are we going for again? Who?
Amazing.
Peak entertainment.
Barnet, knock it off.
oh.
Wow.
Need
How
to
many
give it an
trips
S.
does it take to get it?
All right. An incredible song kicks in. You know, it's the final countdown. Whatever. You know, as you guys
Montage music.
as y'all enter through this crack, and you step into a truly enormous hallway. The ceiling seems to stretch into the far distant heights, and ahead of you, the hallway seems to stretch on, and off the side of the hallway, there are rooms that you can see. Light peeks through cracks in the ceiling, catching some of the natural lighting. Let's sort of lay down the scene here. What you've stepped into is a veritable nightmare. Every surface that's visible, the floor, the walls, the ceiling, has scribbles, scratches, scrolling text, notes, formulas, runes, strange words, phrases, odd symbols. It's the kind of thing that if you were human sized and you're looking at this, you would have to imagine that for you to cover floor, ceiling, west, east wall in writing, you know, I don't know, a stretch of 5 feet by 10 feet would take you probably a full 12-hour day, if that. This entire hallway, ceilings and floors are covered in these markings. Even as a mouse, I think you look at this and you're beholding something that seems to have taken ages.
And is it our size writing? Is it like how big is the writing and
The
notation
writing,
to us?
the writing in comparison to y'all is at least 3 or 4 times larger
Okay.
than a mouse would need to make to writing. Along with that, there are fissures here and there, cracks along the walls and on the ceiling, where almost kind of with seemingly with the rush of the water, now and then we see bits of water slosh out and spill out. It's not geysering out, it's not pouring out, it's just that seems that there is some fidelity to the structure and structural integrity where water keeps coming out. And also, in most parts of the floor and the walls, there is a lot of fungal flesh. Just these bulbous, spongy, outstretched masses of mushroom, almost like pudding, like flesh. It's not these caps coming out, but it's just this a kind of moss meets something that is myconid. It stretches out in places. It interconnects with each other by these long, veiny roots. You can definitely make your way along to kind of avoid it, but it is also vastly stretched across the ceilings and the walls. It seems that this fungal entity here is thriving. And as you step into this space, in some distance, a few, maybe like 4 tiny, small figures seem to dart up on the other side of the fungal flesh and seem to scare you off. Okay, welcome to the Owl's House of Horrors.
Yeah.
So we're gonna proceed into this space. So just so you guys are kind of aware of what's happening here, a lot of this area, even as you're standing here, you understand that this place is not for you. It is somebody's private place. You're almost inside of somebody's very, very strange, warped mind. With that, you almost get the feeling that you are in a place where you're not welcome, but it's not a very habitable place. Additionally, the place itself seems like it might be unsafe, just difficult to travel through. So there will be, just being plain on the open, there'll be probably places that feel like traps. There might be places that feel purposefully antagonistic. And clearly the place is also inhabited by things that are, not just the owl. So there's a lot of things, and now that we have the waters at our beckoning, this place is going to start dealing with water, with an influx of water. So before the water can be drained, the water is going to collect until it kind of overwhelms this structure. Okay, that's kind of the lay of the land. The reason I bring up the water is that that's just going to be a function of what's going to be happening here, is that as you guys move through it, parts of this building might become filled with water. They might start filling it.
We have the tools.
Okay, wow. Any questions?
Wild.
Yeah.
No questions.
Excited to be here?
Just wild.
So excited.
So excited to be
Go.
here.
No
Okay.
notes.
I do think that's what we're
Excited and
answering.
scared.
Captain Boone, this new experiences, looks to Bobby Socks and then looks to the ooze and go, food?
No.
Real.
Poison. That's the fun thing about mushrooms. And some of them are going to kill you, and some of them are going to make you feel real good. And sometimes the difference in how they look is minuscule. That's why you want to consult the oracle, or if I'm with you, I gotcha. But a good rule of thumb in this place, avoid all of them at all costs till I say anything.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
This is a minefield, friend.
So, straight ahead, there seems to be far in a distance. There seems to be a larger space that opens up, and a little bit closer to you, to the west side, the hallway breaks off into another room. Do you guys want to go straight, or do you guys want to break off to the west?
I think if we're crossing the room that's to the side, like Bob and Laura's gonna look. This place is so weird, and he could tell a lifetime of stories about just this hallway.
Amazing. Okay, great.
Is there one way versus the other that has a bit more purchase as far as height, where we could see further? Because I think for Bob Hope, his main goal is obviously I want to get the owl.
Yeah.
So he's trying. If there's one way or another that's going to be like you get a more vantage point if you go this way, that's where he's gonna want to lead towards.
Oh, interesting. Okay, I think where you're at right now, it's hard to tell. It just seems like just two spaces.
Big
yeah.
vast space.
Okay, so we proceed forward. So if you're passing by this room on your west, somebody who feels spicy, give me roll a d20 for me. Who's feeling spicy?
That's a 3.
Oh.
Ooh,
that was spicy.
Oh yeah.
Okay, I love it.
Spice up your life.
Tell it to the world.
And
This game is brought to you by the year 1998.
you hear a water kind of wall-ups. The eastern wall that you're kind of coming along. Suddenly you notice that there's a spot along the floor where there seems to be just a bit of a crack in the floor. It seems to be some kind of an airtight door that up until now you didn't notice. But suddenly, kind of water almost shoots out in a stream from it. And as you hear the lashing of the waters, that place seems like it's starting to fill with water. So behind some hidden door. To your left, on the west side, you're passing by a room that seems to house these humongous rectangular steel containers of sorts. If you're a human, this is a locker room. You see these containers with their vertical doors opened up. On the side of one of these doors, you see, plain as day, there is preserved a map. Also, somebody roll me a D6, please.
I'm gonna do it.
Do it.
Yeah,
I'm gonna do it.
Spike.
I believe in you.
Let's go water dice. 3.
3. Love it. Ooh, okay.
Sorry.
Uh-oh.
Another barrage of this water seems to shake the building near you, and one of these lockers tips, and it falls in the way of the passageway down the straight. It falls out of the room and falls down this hallway. You're going to need to traverse over it if you're going to need to go if you want to go straight. But in the meantime, there's a map at your disposal if you would like that.
Yeah, I want to take a
Yeah,
look.
we need that.
Yeah.
I want to take a look, even if we can't grab it, if it's huge, depending on the size of it.
Great. Okay, so
take a
I'll
look.
need there's a copy for everybody.
Oh,
here.
yeah!
We got the maps.
We love props.
As you look at this map, it seems to be a blueprint of some kind of a facility. The places that don't have numbers.
Thank you.
So obviously this is a printed out map but using your mouse imagination, your mousination. The curved lines, right? The lines that don't have this like architectural 90-degree straight line functionality. The curved lines have been scribbled in after the fact. So it seems like someone has drawn these in with Sharpie or something.
The blind spaces.
The blind spaces, yeah, that's right. And whereas the spaces that are these like outlined, mapped, rectangular rooms, that is all seems to have been drawn or printed on this map in a different fashion. Okay, freaking-tastic. All right. As you look over these maps, we got some sweet maps here. You hear kind of a buzzing, and then you hear, took you long enough? You look up, and aloft, carried by Liz's, the ladybugs, who have now made. So Liz's are ladybugs. Who and there's like a ladybugs?
Lovely lady lizards.
Swarm? They swarm.
They swarm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like a swarm of ladybugs is kind of fashioned what almost look like wings, and he's in his full sparrow looker costume.
Sparrow looker.
So he's a little bit.
Is that the love of my life, Jeremy Renner?
You tease, but I'm very happy to see you. Me and
There's
the other.
no teasing. I've been in love with you since I met you. I thought that was pretty clear.
Oh, you're gonna make me blush behind my sparrow.
He's
mask.
serious.
Really?
Yes.
Gosh. Well, okay. This is very exciting news because I feel very drawn to you as well.
But Jeremy Renner, the world is ending right now, and we have to figure that out too. But
There's no.
if we survive this,
Fine.
when we survive this,
Yeah.
let's talk, Jeremy Renner. Okay.
Me and the other Jeremys got here a little while ago. Jeremy Owen White and Jeremy Lynn and was there
Jordan.
Jeremy Jordan.
Jeremy Jordan.
Jeremy.
all made it here?
Jeremy Jordan.
Yeah. Jeremy Jordan, Jeremy Lynn, and Jeremy Ellen White. They're currently on the roof of this place. They found another way to get in. Apparently, there's they're on top of this place. They're on top of the lab.
I knew Jeremy's were tops.
Yeah, the gray tops. They are exploring it. They just found an opening up top that they are considering going inside of.
Okay, perfect.
Okay, good. What's that? And one of these Liz is like, Liz. Oh, what's that? It seems the building's becoming a bit unstable.
Oh,
We might have to move fast.
should we follow you? Do you know how to get to where we need to go?
No idea. I've only been on the roof and we're fending off a
You know
bunch
what's
of...
wild? We just found these maps.
What? That's crazy. He looks at the maps. He goes, "Wait a minute," and he says something to the Lizzes, and a couple of the Lizzes break off, and they like zip off. He goes, "Okay, they're gonna take a look at the lay of the land for us, but it'll take them a little while to get back to us. Which way do you guys want to go?" Okay, which way?
Does seeing this map trigger anything for 303?
Good question.
I think seeing this map triggers something regarding Area 4. The layout there, something about those 6
No, this chair is
noted
like-
nodes there in the floor.
Mm-hmm.
They seem to be in a familiar place. In fact, you remember looking down at these 4 nodes. In your mind right now, you're not quite able to put together, but this vision of this rectangular space and looking down at 4 spots on the ground comes to you.
And are we must be like around 5 somewhere.
So where are we?
Do we know?
Can we guess?
You guys would be right now
Yes.
in Area 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, okay.
So the big room right here,
Any points on the map?
that I think I know that place somehow.
What's
Oh.
it?
I'm not sure. It just seems it looks familiar. The patterns look familiar.
All right.
Let's head there first.
Maybe 301 and 302 are there.
Oh yeah.
Good.
Maybe my friends are there.
We can get them out.
More Steves.
Okay, let's proceed. So right now that hallway is blocked by a locker. I think it's something that you guys are able to climb. Describe to me how you climb, and we'll just do a couple of quick checks to see what you're able to accomplish.
I mean, Bob and Laura's gonna walk up, sit right next to the base of it because he's a big mouse, and do the same thing he's been doing every time there's something tall, which is sit there and be the base.
Ready?
Oh, Captain Finn sees this and gets it immediately.
Yeah.
Launches, hooks, and swings up top.
Hell yeah.
Oh,
Nice.
fantastic. Okay.
He's just like, let's go.
Okay, very good. So you get launched by Bob and Lore.
Yep.
Does everybody else proceed? Do
Yeah,
that
I
trick?
think
We've
so.
done this a few
Can,
times.
can I make it easier by
You
once
bring
I'm
it
at the
on.
top, just lowering the hook so they
Yeah,
have
I love
he's
it.
gonna grab
So
one too?
give me a dexterity saving throw to get up there.
Real good at that.
Okay, good. And remember, you have a
Yeah.
lot of ducks.
Nope,
Okay.
I hit it.
Sweet. Okay. You get on top of and you start handing your hook down. So everybody else give me strength saving throws with advantage as Bob and Lore continues to toss you all up. Bob and Lore, you're gonna have to do this, just the people climbing up.
Yep. That's a 5. Thank you for the advantage.
I'll spend it. That
Oh,
it.
really? Oh
I have a
no.
4.
Oh god.
You'll also
Oh,
take a
no.
dot.
Sorry, you got messed
Wait,
up.
with advantage, did you do advantage?
I did.
Oh.
I rolled
Yeah.
the same thing
4.
twice.
Yeah.
Hold
On the mouse dice.
I
on
am
my Minnie Mouse dice. Okay.
changing.
He barely.
You got it. You got it.
Dig deep.
Goodness.
Yeah.
For that last.
Eye of the tiger.
He's like lying on his back, panting. His reveal just pops up there.
Like, you guys all know the seriousnness of all of this. I only heard it from your story, and it's all just kind of in the ether for me. I'm just consistently impressed with you all. So like, you guys are in this like serious mode. I just keep going. These bulbs are amazing.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna happen. I don't think it's supposed to happen for me.
Okay.
Even
So,
with advantage.
so Bobby Sachs and Bob and Lore are still down on the ground with the on the ground.
I'm hoping
next
my
to
Jeremy Renner will send the
rock
lizards
there.
maybe to come and grab me.
Oh, you know what? I realized that Jeremy Renner is there, and I think he could be just flying you up there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will give you.
Love lift us up where we belong.
If you're okay with spending a duck to say that's
Yeah.
what happens. Okay,
Just Superman wanting
right.
you over.
fantastic.
Say bad poetry.
Okay, and then I think just to give me an advantage, a roll with advantage on strength. I think as the rest of the team is helping you out.
We're good.
Good. Okay.
Doubly good.
Oh, fantastic.
Wow.
All right, you scamper on top of this on top of this locker, and now you have a vantage point, and you down the hallway can see. Here's what we can see here. Down the hallway, you can see there are what you as a human would describe as like water runoff, like small sewage grates. You know.
Right, like the French drain type.
Yeah,
yeah,
but
yeah.
but there's 6 of them
Right.
in the ground. And around them, kind of pushing through this grate, is a real like mound of fungal flesh. And in this fungal flesh, there are several mice that seem to be buried up to like their chest. Mushrooms have grown out of their eyes.
Oh,
They seem to be sentient and alive. They're moving around, and in between them, you see 2 mice that are not quite as deformed as that, but they all seem to be kind of cackling and moving around. And you hear one of them go, "Oh, coming up next to the stage. Oh, it's this guy. Ha ha ha! Yeah, welcome." It seems to be kind of like almost manically pretending to fix a tie, fix cufflinks, and the other mouse has no ears. Like the ears are gone, and that mouse keeps going. Oh, and he finds like a refuse, like small, like the skull of maybe another mouse,
Oh no.
and just puts it on top of his head and goes, "Oh, lampshade head, it's happening!" And he takes it off, finds another lampshade head, it's happening. And he keeps saying this over and over again, kind of in a strange manic way. And then the other one goes, "Ha! Never gets old, Steve. And lampshade head, it's happening." So these 2 kind of demented mice are walking around amongst this pudding that is kind of consuming and warping other mice. As you see this starts to bring you some real flashbacks. And what you guys are not able to see right now, but you're aware of, is that where your line of sight up top ends, this room continues up. And you start to recall what is up there. Cages.
Oh no. Bars. Held. Can't get out. Up top. Rooms. Can't go dark. Can't get away.
3 you're safe.
Up top. No.
You're
Up.
safe.
3.
Up. Cages. Up. Cages.
Are there any mice in those? Can we see?
You can't
Okay.
from where the line of sight where breaks off, but there is light that kind of pours down from up there.
Okay. Bob Hope is going to start making his way over to where 303 is pointing to see if he can see what he's pointing at.
Okay.
And see what that looks like.
I will
Alright.
join Hope
Okay.
to take a look as well,
So Hope
because that really worries me for our friend.
and Socks approach. Captain Finnegan and Finna.
Take a closer look at the people down here and see if I don't know much about this magic thing, but I know we want to try to help all the mice that we can and see if there's something we can do to maybe free some from the fungus, since I've been told it's poison.
Yeah.
Okay, so you and the first mate are checking on these, on whoever might be rescued.
Right.
Hope and Socks are exploring. 303 and Lure.
I think Lure goes to 303. It's all right. It's all right. You and me. And he's going to take Gertrude down, and on that hinge, make a little room to kind of divide us away from all of the scariness going on in the other room. Be like, it's all right. It's just you and me. Why don't you calm down? We'll just sit here for a little while, all right?
And he hunkers down and he's like,
3, 1, 4, 1, 5, 6, 2, 6, 4, 3, 1, 6, 9,
That's a lot of numbers.
5, 9, 2, 3.
and he just starts.
Yeah. And he's just going to hang out.
Okay. All right. So you guys are hanging back, allowing Bob 303 to catch his breath.
Yeah.
I love that. Okay. So let's And I'm assuming Renner zips along with you.
Oh, he's gonna be with me till the end.
You keep saying that, and I'm afraid one or both of you aren't gonna make
That's
it.
true, actually. I
You
don't
know,
like that.
that's how
Copy
all is
that.
fair in love and war.
And Renner.
I don't know if
Love
you
and
want to handle.
Renner.
I don't know if you want to handle this end character, but canonically, captains are ordained on their ships.
It's true.
Oh, that's true. You right.
All is fair in love
As
and
a
There it is. Name
as
the
an
episode.
officiant, I have officiated 11 weddings. I do
Oh, hell
understand.
Bill, please say that again for the audience. With
all is fair in love and spore. So that's
Oh,
For the matter.
Renner zips along next to you and Hope. Your buddy back there seems to have seen some troubling things. What's bothering him?
Well, I believe this is where he comes from. I think he.
This place.
Yeah, I believe he was actually not a Bob. He was actually a Steve, we believe, who had been a test subject before he came to us. We don't know, and he's not actually 100% sure. We've been piecing it together as we've been on this journey.
How could he forget something like his own name and his own origin?
Oh, well,
With trauma like this, it wouldn't surprise me.
I think also partly by design. I think the owl had something to do with it.
Which is why the owl needs to be stopped.
This is very disturbing. You're right. Well, and you guys are getting closer. Give me dexterity saving throws as you are trying to keep low away from the strange
Jesus H.
critter that had-
Here. No,
Oh,
you
no,
have to stop
no.
doing this.
Yeah. Terry, do dice.
New dice.
Okay.
no. Yeah, I'm taking that one.
Yeah, no, it's going
Far
away.
away. Yeah.
It was fine
Here
before.
we go.
I can't
Yeah,
see. what
okay.
that- Oh, that's a 3.
Yeah.
Why don't you just borrow that for a little while?
Was there a duck involved there?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there was one.
All good, all good.
And I got a 6, so we're good.
Beautiful. Okay. Oh yeah, could somebody roll for Renner? I mean, we might as well really bring him to life with a roll.
Oh, you want me to roll? for
Yeah,
that?
that would be
Okay.
great.
What are we trying to hit? What's his
Just,
dex?
his dex is 12.
12. Okay.
Oh,
7.
Renner. Oh,
Nice
good.
job.
you can roll. You,
Love of my life.
He goes, they don't call me Sparrow Looker for nothing.
Leatherworker.
every time.
I'm sorry. I just am like, oh, it used to be Party City, but that feels like a Party City name for an outfit.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Sparrowlooker.
So much.
So y'all keep to the mush, keeping yourself carefully moving around the mush, not disturbing it. You get closer to being able to see the ceiling open up. And now you see get the vastness of this room. So this room would be large for a human as well. And you see that this room extends far, far up, and in fact there's a second level above. And that second level above seems to have like a grate of sorts. And that's grate seems like
It's like observation deck kind of thing.
exactly, yeah. And even through it's very, very far up, but there is a beam of light that's coming from up top there, and there's a hole. And Renner goes, "Oh, I think that's where my jams are at. Sorry, that's what we call ourselves, the Jeremys. I think they're up there by that hole." As you guys look up, that the light that comes from up there, where the jams might be from outside, it's the space that's on the observational deck is hard to actually tell what's really going on because it's quite far away. But along the walls, all around, almost going down to the floor level, are cages, and they are packed, from what you can tell. Wriggling tails, little whiskered faces, mice. Just looking up. You hear them just quietly scurrying around. They seem to be kind of going about their imprisoned life, but there might be hundreds of mice in these cages. So that's what you guys see. Let's see what Captain Finna and with Captain Finnegan and Finna see. So y'all are also, I think, approaching. Give me also dexterity saving throws. You're kind of approaching from a slightly different angle, trying to check on who's there. Fantastic. Just give me one more for Finna as well.
Finna.
She great.
Oh, yes.
That was a 2 and a 1, by the way.
Oh, damn.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Showing
Wow.
Wow. Here we go.
Showing off and showing out.
Someone did not come to play, and
No,
they played very well.
They
Yeah.
came to play.
As you get closer, you see that the mice that have like mushrooms in their eyes, they actually like scurry around, and then occasionally they just like whoop, kind of disappear into the fungal mass, and then like will scurry back out. But now you can see like their tails are also like mushrooms, kind of dangled off, almost like a tentacle waving around. They a lot of their fur is gone, and places where it's gone, it has these sort of weird, also kind of gelatinous looking bits of mushrooms starting to spring up. They kind of crawl out, and all they say is Steve, and they kind of like scurry around, and they run around the other two demented looking mice who are truly demented. One of them has a pair of like bifocals that are not different from mine. Keeps fixing his eye. You're tuned into the Late Show with Stephen Colbert.
Oh, no.
Coming up next,
There it
guess
is.
I love and you will too. Ooh, is it hot in here? Is it just me? Yeah. And hit it, Steve Carell. And the other guy goes, puts a skull in his head and goes, Lampshade Head, it's happening. And Stephen Colbert goes, never gets old. Haha. And they're kind of going around. And as they're going around, they're testing the fungal flesh. And they keep pulling out like literally just yanking full force these like mice, let's just call them mouse zombies, mouse room zombies, mushrooms. That's actually a shout out to my buddy Luke. I think he came up with mushrooms. It pulls them out, kind of looks at them, turns them upside down, and like shoves them back in. But once in a while, we'll pull out a mushroom and go. Oh yeah, this is it. I love this one. I love this guest, and you're gonna love him too. Step right up. Okay, we've got a featured guest tonight, and they kind of find a couple of mushroom zombies, and they see as they're kind of looking around. It doesn't seem like any of these mushrooms are. If they could be saved, I think there would be some kind of magical or particularly intense medical intervention needed. But any of the ones that Stephen Colbert pulls out are immediately like, Steve, and they're kind of scrambling around. There's like about a half dozen of them. Okay, so yeah, with that, what do you do?
What you got?
Like so magic. I do not. I don't know. Like, I think the first reaction is just, I think for the first time it hits that this is serious, and I'm getting like all of the seriousness and the impact of it, and to just have that moment of who would do something like this, right? This is dark, this is twisted, and like recognizing that there's nothing I can do here, I immediately like, I don't know if they meet me up there, but if this is what we're dealing with, I need to go help.
Okay.
So then I would like clamber up behind them.
Climb around behind.
Those who are climbing, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, guys. So you guys already started climbing?
Yeah.
Okay, fantastic. Great. Lure and 303. As you guys are back at the locker, I think as you see the little mushroom, what do we call them?
Mushrooms.
Mushrooms. The little mushroom zombies pop out. I think that brings your memories very vividly back, and you recall that these are, as you've heard the owl refer to as like, she would sometimes refer to them as like collateral damage, unfortunate accidents. Or she would say that they've gone on to have a new purpose. And so these you've seen a good deal of other mice that have gone through the process of whatever was intended for them,
flesh.
and they've become this. Yeah. As you're there, behind you, bzzz, one of these Liz's shows up. Liz. As Liz shows up, can somebody roll me 2 d20 and give me the number of each?
All right. A 2 and a 14.
Ooh, okay. What's exciting? All right. 2 and 14, you say? Okay. Another kind of wallop of water smacks. And as you guys are sitting on this locker, suddenly a wave of water pushes out from where you guys entered, throwing that door off its hinges, and it starts to lift the locker up, and you guys need to scramble off. Either the locker is going to flip and you guys are going to go under in the water, or you guys are going to jump ahead. But the water's starting to fill up now from that edge, and kind of making it a bit clear. Somebody roll me a d6 to see if you can understand what the Liz's are saying. Just want to. It's a 50-50 chance. Great. Liz. Liz reporting for duty. Pleasure. It appears that, and it kind of scrolls around you, takes your map, pulls it out, and goes, as you can tell, area number 2 flooded. Area number 14 seems to be compromised. Over and out. And they see the Liz blast off again. So area 2 and area 14 and area 3 are now flooded.
Cool.
And the water is gushing in from the outside, so that water is going to start coming in and go towards the room with the weird drain.
Gertrude is already out, so I think that he just kind of flattens it and just turns it around to catch as the water comes through.
Amazing.
And is going to make it so that the two of us can just hop on.
Fantastic. Okay, great. You guys hop on. The water starts to kind of push out from underneath the locker.
Oh, this is fun.
Stephen Colbert and Stephen Carell look up and go, "Hey, whoa, way to make a grand entrance. I love this guy. Hey, everybody, bring this guy on stage." And Lure and 303, about like 6 mush zombies start to rush at you as water comes at them. The water starts to fill the room as well, but you guys right now are like riding the water. You guys need to roll initiative, because you guys are going to be dealing with trying to avoid these zombies.
Cool.
So you guys are rolling initiative. For everybody else who's climbing, let's do some dexterity checks.
Sure.
I'm spending a duck.
Great.
Do we have any kind of advantage because Jeremy Renner is there with his army of Lizzes?
Oh, yeah. One of you can have advantage.
Okay, that's all you, Terry.
Yep.
Probably for the best.
Okay.
That's success.
Success.
You got this.
I have a ridiculous dex.
You're doing good.
Well, my dex is off the charts. That's
Same.
the one thing, I
Love
haven't great at.
Can I use a duck?
You absolutely may.
Okay, thanks.
What is your dex?
There you go.
That's good. That's a 2 there. My dex is a
Fantastic.
10.
Okay, we're down to 32
50-50.
ducks. That's good.
Oh, that's
We're
not bad at
doing
all.
well.
Let's go.
Okay, amazing. And you guys beat your dexterity saving throws?
Yep.
Fantastic. Okay. As the raft flies past, these mushroom zombies grab onto the sides of it. And Stephen Colbert and Steve Carell grab onto the mushroom zombies. Say, where'd you get that armor? Who's your tailor? Tell the audience. A lampshade head, it's happening! They're like rolling over the mushroom zombie. The mushroom zombie mice getting closer to the raft. Let's go with you guys. What do you guys do as these mushrooms are trying to get on top of the raft?
I think, like, Lure looks at 303, looks at these really mushroomy mice and just, no thank you.
Fantastic.
Push over.
And as we go,
Don't fall in the mush. Don't fall in the mush. Don't fall in the mush.
Don't fall in the mush.
Amazing. So,
They're mushroom turnovers. No.
you're going to push. Are you going to push just some mushroom zombies, or the ones that are carrying Carell and
the one.
Colbert?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So because they're a little bit heavier and they're like really resisting it, and I think Carell and Colbert are trying to grab you too. These are going to be strength saving throws with disadvantage as you're trying to avoid not get grabbed by them. And pulled.
Oh, okay.
How many ducks do I have to spend just to make it happen?
2.
Okay.
Great. All right. That's good.
Yeah, your
My
strength is...
poopity little strength is not going to make any rolls.
I'm tempted to do it too.
Go
But
for
I
it.
feel like I want to save some ducks for when we finally
Try
get to
it,
Clark.
try it, yeah.
You want to try it? Okay. We're at 30 now.
No.
Ooh, okay.
I think this might be the time to eat it and just
Okay.
Ooh, okay.
because it's just
You sure?
one somewhat good mouse, right? Because I'm worried about Clark now. I'm starting to think about the future.
Wow. Okay.
Why would
so,
you do that? We're in the moment.
whew. So you push off your choice: mushroom zombie plus Steve Carell, or mushroom zombie from Steve Colbert.
Steve Carell.
Steve Carell.
Yeah.
Love to hit. It's happening.
Not happening.
Yeah, not happening.
Not happening. Not happening. Not happening.
And you ride the raft.
Take that right for you guys.
And you ride the raft to the end of the room, and you see that in another turn, the raft is going to meet with like the door to the next space, but that door seems to be blocked off. Water is kind of going through a crack in it, so probably getting off the raft, you might be able to get through the crack, but otherwise the raft is going to come to an end at the end of the next turn. Does that make sense?
I follow you.
So you're the one that's on the raft, right?
We're both on the
We're
raft.
both on the raft.
Oh, well, I thought you said you were going to eat it.
Oh, I mean the strength save to push them off. That's all.
The strength save is to push them off, and if you don't, they pull you in.
Okay, then I'm in. That's it.
Okay.
I understand.
All right, got it. Unless you want to spend some ducks.
I want to save him. I'm
Okay.
starting to worry.
So 303 shoots off down the end of the room. Steve Colbert, come on, I just want to talk to you about your clothes. They're so nice. Look at my tie. Hey, there's no tie.
Hi.
And pulls you in with them underwater. I think they're going to they're going to, as they pull you into the water, they're going to start scratching at you. But because they're underwater, you're underwater, they're going to do the minimum amount of damage, which is
Can I also say
D4.
we have a great monologue?
okay. So when it's a group of them, right? They both rolled a 3, so it's going to be 3 damage.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's -1 for my armor on top of that.
Okay, so that's 2 points of damage coming to you. You are surrounded by 4 other mushroom zombies who will hop up, and they're all gonna take swipes at you.
Okay.
It's gonna be a bit.
Yeah.
The way swarm damage I think typically it works here is I'll roll this die. Pardon me. I'll roll this die 4 times, and I'll take just the one hide roll.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Okay. Well, that's a 6. We'll just end there.
Done.
So, do you have any damage going on? Do you have any armor?
I have 1 armor
Okay,
in my
so
lab coat.
that'll take you to 5 then.
So then I remove that from
Your strength.
my strength.
Your hit points.
Oh, my hit points.
Being
Oh,
protection.
so 4 for my hit points. Okay, I'm down to 8 now.
Great.
That's some hit points.
Okay. You got some hit points. We cut away from this moment, looking at the climbing mice. Okay. As you guys are climbing up, you are getting closer to the cages, and suddenly you see that the mice are noticing you. Hey, who are you? How did you get in here? And they're all, hey, how did you get in here? What, who are you?
My name's Bob Hope. I'm here to rescue you.
Oh God, I'll kill you. I'm so proud of you.
I couldn't. It was
You're
right
really
there.
proud
Your
of a mouse.
hope.
They look around. What? Rescues? Rescues from what?
From this place, from the owl.
No, there's no rescue. No. No, we're no. This is where we belong. We can't get away. We can't. No. And they shake their. No, she'll. Oh no, she's coming. She brought the water here. She brought the water here. And they're kind of rattling the cages.
No,
They're
we
seeming very
brought the
spooked.
water.
You brought the water? Why? Are you? Oh no! What did we do? And they kind of look up. Oh, we're so sorry, Clark. We're so sorry, Clark. Please don't hurt us. Please don't hurt us. Oh,
No.
just tell us what we did wrong.
The owl will never hurt you again. We're here to stop the owl.
Stop the owl.
Yes.
And they kind of look around.
Yes.
How can you stop the owl?
By whatever means necessary.
They all very tentatively push back away from the cages.
Hey, I'm just here to say there's more of us than there is of an owl.
Whoa!
The studio knows there's also more of us. You're right, Artem.
Yeah, fine.
That was terrifying for
Thank
2
you.
seconds. I also
was
saw it
very
was like
dramatic.
slow motion. It was very dramatic. There are more of us.
There are.
Mhm.
They look tentatively and they look around. Oh, size, number, none of that matters. Nothing can stand against the owl.
That's
We
not
can.
true. The owl's not even magic. The owl is stealing and siphoning magic from us. It's not the owl. It's actually our power that makes everything work.
A Renner behind you is like, wow, that's a great line. power that makes everything work.
Thanks, Jeremy Renner.
This is all kind of new to
Yeah.
to Captain Finn.
Captain Finn is just
Yeah.
Some stuff.
Yeah. How do you intend to possibly like reassure these mice that you mean them well?
I think Hope is going to, as briefly as possible, recount how we got here. And how a small group of 4 of us is able to get to this point. And with more of us, we can go even further.
I love that. Okay, give me a willpower save as you're kind of just trying to keep them from not panicking.
That is a 9, baby!
Hey! The Steves look around at each other, and there's still a host of them that kind of seems to kind of crawled away to the back of the cage. They look between one another. They say, "We don't know anything else other than this life, and it only has its highs because we find the highs in these really troubled and we try to find the highs in the sadness, but we have no real promise of anything outside this existence. I don't know what we would do if we left here. If you could find a safe way to get us out, you could try. We won't get in your way."
Jeremy Renner, do you think you and your jams could help them?
Because
Preserve their safety, if you will.
he goes like, Liz, and there's like a Liz, and Liz blasts off to the top. And Renner's like, absolutely, we're going to establish a perimeter ASAP. And kind of like tells the Liz, like, tell the Jams to come in. Okay. So these thieves are just kind of expectantly watching you guys. Looking at their cages, you realize that the cages themselves are shut in a way that seems to be like just like flat surface to flat surface. There's no padlock. There's no chain. They seem to be just closed by some other means. Yes.
I have my can opener.
Oh!
This is great. Okay, fantastic. So before we do that, we're gonna kind of take it to the top of the round, get a sense of what everybody's doing. So you want to use your can opener?
Mm-hmm.
Love.
Bob, like King Arthur did Caliber, just like
Shining.
tiny can opener.
Okay. So that thing takes, I think we decided multiple mice to operate.
I think? Yeah. I don't remember what we figured out, but yeah, that's
If
fine.
the number was 2 or 3, but
We're here to help.
how many mice do we think takes to open to use a can opener?
Minimum.
One to hold
2.
it, one to turn. Like, I would say minimum 2.
Yeah, minimum 2.
Yeah.
2 to
Yeah,
3.
kind of,
Okay.
yeah. I think you got plenty.
Okay.
You got
2
plenty.
difficulty, 3 with ease. How's that?
Oh,
Hey.
Oh, I love that. Okay, so yeah, your call. Who wants to help out with the can opener?
I'm happy to help.
All right. All right.
I'm drowning, or I would.
Right.
Yeah. We
Okay.
actually have 4 of us, so
Oh yeah,
Because you're Jeremy Renner.
Yeah.
fantastic.
I have 5.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Captain
My first
Finn.
mate.
Oh, your first mate, Finna.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I forgot
fantastic.
Finna.
Okay, amazing. So
Is
yeah,
when you say it's flat surface to flat surface, are we thinking you would need something as heavy duty as the can opener to pry it open?
so I think using a can opener.
Mhm.
I think since we kind of rolled it as it's kind of a jaws of life,
Mhm.
you'd be able to open up this cage to get some out. But the only issue is, it's not that you couldn't get it out. It's just that this place is filling with water, and there's a lot of cages.
Right. So I was trying to divide and conquer if those 3 could do it, but I was
Yeah.
wondering, like, did I need something as heavy duty as that, or is there some potential that I could maybe get it open with
They're
my
like-
hook?
And is
Is
or
the
there
hook
like a
strong
super
enough?
master lock gate thing?
I think it's something that's beyond the hook.
Okay.
It's beyond
Okay.
the
That's
hook.
what I was imagining.
No, but I appreciate that. Yeah. So okay. So but we can have 3 of them working on that while somebody else does something else.
Could
So-
I make a case for making a willpower roll
Mhm.
to empower the mice themselves to use can opener to free themselves? Because there's more of them, and they'll be able to open things where we can go do other things. Like,
To get the first ones open.
I think,
out,
I
out.
think the cage itself wouldn't allow them to kind of really get good leverage on it. But
Okay.
once you get them out, if you want to just like, here,
Oh, yeah.
take this and release the rest of you.
Perfect.
Yeah, that could work.
love that.
Okay, so Hope, Socks.
Mm-hmm.
Captain Finnegan. Everybody's working on that, or do you want to put Finna on this, and you want to do something else?
We got Renner.
And we've got Renner's on it. Okay, great. So maybe you and Finna are doing continue to explore, or
Yeah, I guess. Well, I mean, did you? I don't know if you probably have way better will. I'm bad at that. So like, if you wanted to let us do the actual opening, and you can maybe like rally the troops and get them like the game plan to organize and
So maybe while they're doing it, I'm like trying to like get them to come closer and look at how to use it so they can use it
this
better.
is very good.
yeah.
There you go.
I'll just be muscle. That's better
Okay,
use of.
fantastic. So we got extra muscle. I think that's going to be great. We've got Hope is speaking to the people, giving them hope. So opening.
Give me liberty.
You are fighting with the mice.
Right. So they're all surrounding me,
Mm-hmm.
and then we're careening towards.
Yeah, I think at the end of your turn, you're careening towards this door.
Is there anything on the way there or on the door that I could like hook onto with my sling
Ooh,
to try to like just grab it and even just dangle as the.
I
yeah,
got
for
something
sure.
funny for you.
I always like funny.
Gertrude can cast a spell.
I don't think I know that though.
You've seen him use it before.
Oh. Okay.
Gertrude can cast fear.
That's true.
If I remember that, I would try that.
So, so you can roll to see just luck if you remember that, but it's still up to you what you want to do. I think I like the idea of the sling as well.
Yeah.
And I think there's enough. If nothing else, you can hook onto like a glob of fungal
Ooh,
Right.
mess,
Please
just like
touch it.
sticking out. You know,
Right.
using your you're using your sling.
So would I
perhaps.
have to roll to remember that Gertrude can do that?
I think you know what. I think it's a willpower save. I think it's fair.
Okay. Let's see what happens. That's a 17. I did not
Oh,
make
no.
that. So
Okay.
I'm gonna save the duck.
You're good.
That was a great idea.
Yeah.
That was a great idea.
all good.
Okay.
Okay, so he doesn't remember that, and he's just because he's 303 is very focused on trying to find something to like basically hook the sling onto to then just let the
Yeah.
mushrooms and Gertrude.
Love that. Okay, so we're gonna do that in a second. Great. Lore is underwater dealing with Stephen
Yeah, being drawn by Stephen Colbert.
Colbert.
Meanwhile,
Meanwhile. Okay. Great. So since we're kind of moved into the next phase, as you're dealing with Stephen Colbert, he goes, "Ooh, someone's got a very sharp wit," and you see that a sword is protruding through his chest and underwater. And as he slides off, it's one of the Ben Folds who's breathing underwater with a sword.
yes.
So yeah, you can try to deal with the mushroom zombie. That's the only thing that's like holding on to you,
Okay.
trying to sink you down. You can either hit it or you're trying to shake it off. Whatever you think would be the best use. We'll start with you and then move around.
Let's. Yeah, I think let's go in and hit this zombie mushroom.
Let's hit it. Okay. Okay. Go ahead and roll. What is your weapon's damage?
D10.
A D10. I think you would only roll D6 because you're underwater.
Sure.
And you're kind of just swirling around. So let's do that.
4.
Fantastic. This thing is
What?
This thing is wicked weak. If nothing else, they're prodigious, but they're not very powerful. So that takes them down to -1, taking 1 out of their strength. Their strength is a 3. Can somebody roll that for me?
Roll.
So
Terry, you roll
Yeah,
it.
Terry roll.
Straight?
D20. Yeah.
strength, just a 3 and under.
Okay.
3 and under.
2.
No!
I asked you to roll it, so you can use a duck to re-roll that. And
You want high.
You want high because you're rolling. You're rolling.
You want to roll low.
That guy.
That's why I said
Why? After all this time, you are making fun of my rolling, and I roll bad all
Oh,
night.
I'm sorry. Wait. No.
No, no, yeah.
This one also
that
was
one.
bad. This
Okay.
was also bad.
Yeah.
2.
No, it's fine. I'm staying under. It's fine.
This mushroom.
I did my
There's
best.
your comedy. There's your comedy.
The dice are funny today.
I am so sad.
That's so poor Terry.
Comedy. Night.
Incredible.
Familiar, something peculiar.
There are levels to this.
Should I use the band dice?
You can. Yeah, we can.
Can
we
I
can-
try?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Let's
let's just let's just
If you
go.
roll another 2,
Out
I
of-
quit.
If you roll,
But if I do,
oh, okay.
okay, that's a 9.
Great.
Perfect. Yeah, this thing got really little strength.
Oh, my
Thank
God.
you, Terry.
So
we're at
funny.
28 ducks. This mushroom zombie mouse fills up with water, bloated, and gets kind of swept away. As Ben Folds kind of scoops you up and starts to take you to the surface. Meanwhile, we zip over to 303. Gertrude is careening towards the door. Use your sling. Give us a dexterity saving throw.
Let's go.
I'll just spend duck. Good. 7.
Yay!
All right. And as he does that, he's like, "Sorry, Gertrude."
And you hook onto a globby kind of like
Right.
protruding arm of fungus, perhaps like an actual like mushroom stalk sticking out and wrap
okay.
around it, and you watch as Gertrude surfs down, still holding these mushroom zombies. Are going Steve, 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 and it smashes into the door. The mushrooms go flying, and then Gertrude kind of goes underwater, and you assume it gets swept away by the current into the crack in the door into the next space. We go up top. Hope, you're rallying the people.
Yep,
You're trying
sure
to
am.
give them hope and instruction how to use a can opener. Fantastic. I'm gonna say do this with advantage since you already were successful at once convincing them.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Golden.
Fantastic. All right. How do you describe using the can opener?
So I bring what look to be the smartest of the Steves that are in this cage.
Yeah.
Call them forward, encouraging them with compliments like, "You seem to know what you're doing. Please come forward." As they're using the can opener, I'm explaining how it's working.
I love you
Yes. Thank you for recognizing my intellect. I brought 17 pebbles down at the last Steve gathering.
Oh, that's very good.
Yes, I was very good
Hello,
at
my
counting
name
pebbles.
is Steve Hawking. I am here.
Oh,
I am the smartest.
I am the smartest of all the Steves.
Oh no! I summon
Hello,
you.
my name is Steve Jobs. I am the smartest of you.
Don't believe him.
Sorry. Why is your mouse wearing a turtleneck? And jeans?
Oh my god.
Okay, so they seem to be following. They
And they
get
carry
it. They
rocks,
get the
they're the
whole
rock.
concept. They're sharing the information between themselves. I think because we've got we got 4 people who are working on
Yeah.
the can opener. I think you guys just do it. I think you
Yeah.
guys crack it open with with a very loud screech. There's just a tiny jolt of electricity, not harmful,
No.
but you just you kind of feel this like static, and you kind of get the sense that all of these cages have some kind of electricity going through them, but you're able to cut open a hole. To just put it in like a sort of simple terms, is that they are like the doors are magnetically sealed with some kind of electric current.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yep.
I don't want to make it too obfuscated, but you as the mice don't understand that. All right, anyways, keep going.
This door is magically sealed.
The Steve's gasp. Oh, it works.
yes.
But what do we do now?
Exactly what I showed you.
Yes. Okay. Fine. And you sure it's
Jeremy's-
okay?
Yes.
You sure the owl approves this?
The owl will have no idea.
Oh, gee, oh, my whiskers, oh, my whiskers. Everybody goes, oh, my whiskers, oh, our whiskers, all of our whiskers. Okay, well, we have to hurry. And they grab this tool and they start scurrying along and they go to another cage. There seems to be a lot of conversation of being like, can we open your cage? No, don't do it. So kind of this starts to repeat. But we're leaving the can opener with them.
Mhm.
Fantastic. Great. What do we do? So, what do you guys do after that?
Can we see the bottom from here?
Yeah,
Like see the whole commotion?
you certainly can. Yeah.
If one wanted to Pocahontas dive,
One absolutely could. One absolutely could.
Only if you can sing with all the colors of the wind.
We did that in
Oh.
a previous episode.
Ah.
Absolutely, they can.
Fantastic. Yeah, for sure. So let's discuss. Let's go around and get a sense of what everybody's doing. You're dangling. Okay,
I'm
three,
dangling.
three. Scan his dangle on. What do you want to do?
Nope.
Hey.
303 is
go off 303.
flopping
Like,
around.
That's a floppy no.
Jeez, wait. Okay, you were there, suspended.
There we go. Someone should be suspended today.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Okay, here we go. So you're
Yeah.
you're
So
suspended.
yeah, there, and I'm frantically looking around for Bob and Lore.
Great. I think you see Bob and Lore pop out of the water.
Right.
You see Bob and Lore. What do you want to do? Okay, so you're gonna connect with Bob and Lore. Lore, you come out of the water, gasping. Ben Folds is with you.
Being cradled by this glorious bull. I've never seen a more beautiful creature in the history of
And,
time.
and he's got the sword between his teeth. He's got a real pirate vibe to him
Yeah.
too. You know, he goes, it's a pleasure to behold you. I followed your scent in the water.
You can smell it. It's that fancy nose, isn't it?
The nose kind of reaches out and like the little tendrils of it kind of feel your face. Ah, yes, I recall you.
Hello. Wow. All right, we have to find my raft. Hi 303. You're way up there.
Yeah, the mushrooms got on the raft and Gertrude went down over there.
It kind of gazes off into the distance.
Oh. All right. I think we have to go. What is everyone doing up there? And finally, I think he looks up and realizes that there's all this commotion going on above us. Because he hasn't had a chance to look at any of that.
Yeah, and I think as you look up, it maybe catches your attention too. But you see mice coming out. But again, you guys have opened a cage, and there are dozens and dozens and dozens of cages. So it is something that's going to take a long time if we use the can opener. Just then, the lizards swoop in. But sorry, I kind of don't want to jump too
that's
far
fine.
ahead. As y'all are acknowledging the commotion, what do you guys want to do?
He's going to try and swim for Gertrude.
Okay, so you're going after Gertrude.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're in a room full of water. We need a raft. That's his
Yeah.
mind.
Very good.
I'm wondering where the like main lock or unlock is. Like, there's got to be like a controlled panel of some
Yeah, yeah.
sort that like you push the button. I'm thinking of Nimona right now. We're like they like release like all the creatures get out at the same time. There's got to be some sort of thing.
Is there a
With
way
jailbreak.
for 303 to get up from here?
I think
Would I have to climb the goo?
you'd have to climb the goo. So there would just be a moment, I think, of you interacting with the goo,
Yeah.
but you would use the goo to then find
Okay.
purchase up.
Well, I think that's
So
what
if
he's gonna do.
If you want to risk the goo.
Ew.
So in the meantime, Socks is got this idea of looking for some kind of
The
okay,
mainframe or the main
okay,
unlock, the power lock.
okay.
I feel like there's got to be something that's connecting it, knowing that it's that everything else has been controlled kind of by the Mycadid like network and by
Yeah.
some sort of mushroom network. I'm wondering if this is also some sort of mushroom control, holding and sealing these things shut. So I'm wanting to see if I can examine one of the cages and see if that is the case. Then there's got to be a way for me to tap in with these mushrooms somehow that controls this freaking gate.
I think
these gates.
as you're looking around across along the cages, you
Mhm.
can see that the cages are pretty like clean of any
Mhm.
mushrooms. They're very like a separate space.
Mm-hmm.
But as you're looking for anything that seems inconsistent or is different,
Mm-hmm.
your eyes do go to this observation deck up top. And as you're closer now, you can see that inside there are there seems to be a variety of
Mhm.
very large apparatus.
Mm.
You hear some little swirls and beeps. There are lights that seem to go on.
Oh my gosh, is this like cool, weird, like punk pop technology of some sort?
Yeah, it's so.
Oh my god, so cool.
So- so-
I bet one of the Steves are part of this. One of the Jobs or the other one.
Steve Jobs.
Hawking wouldn't care.
Right, Steve Yes. The Great Owl. She does.
Uh-huh.
She does oversee everything. That is.
So I wanted to get everything very simple and streamlined,
Yes.
so that we could open the cages simply with this one simple button.
Yes.
Now we could have more things and more ways to actually show you how to use it, but we've only got one simple button to rule them all.
That's right. I believe in that streamlined
wanted to
approach.
think
Different.
Different.
I have always thought that design is how it works, and I believe that the owls work in a streamlined approach as well. Now, is that approach coming at the cost of perhaps a few of other Steves? Regrettably, yes. But she seems to be overseeing the streamlining of Steves. I don't know what it is that she's trying to accomplish, but she does a lot of it up there.
Is there a way to open all the gates at once, Steve Jobs?
It has occurred on very infrequent occasions. I don't know if I've ever seen all cages,
At the same time?
but I've seen multiple.
So there's got to be a way to do it.
She can do it up there, yes.
Okay, great. I'm going to start climbing up.
Very good. Goes, thank you so much for going over with that.
Bye.
Okay, so you're looking for some buttons. Captain Finnegan and Captain Finna.
Did you dive?
I haven't yet. I'm highly considering it.
Okay.
Okay.
If you dive, I'm diving.
Okay.
And the reason being is you Bobs keep doing really cool, brave shit. And
Uh,
I'm having a moment of like, this one convinced the people and told the story and did the lore and is diving, and this one is in the water and captaining boats. Like I'm having like a jealousy moment of like these Bobs. Well, I'm impressed. Like these Bobs fucking
How we
rock.
live our lives.
And also like,
hell yeah.
am I the sidekick?
I no longer the main character in the story.
I'm used to being
I'm
this
a big
great.
hero of me.
Yeah, like,
I'm the main character.
it's like I'm having this existential moment. So if you dive, I'm diving.
Yeah, then I'm diving.
All right.
Otherwise,
Okay.
I'm gonna try to like figure out the lay of the land,
No,
see
we're
if I can
diving.
help. So once you climbing, I'll climb. But if you
I love
dive,
it. I love it.
fucking diving.
Hell yeah, brilliant. Okay, so that means we've got
That's what
lore in the water. We've got
Cold.
Captain Finnegan, First Mate Finna, and Hope going into the water.
Before I dive,
Okay.
can I ask one of the Steves, when the owl comes to visit you, where does she normally come from? What direction?
Ooh.
They all like trepidatiously look up
Oh no.
Oh.
to that hole
Oh.
that was recently topped by the jams.
Okay, well, I can't fix the owl by myself. So, here we go.
Awesome. Okay.
Whee!
I love this. So, let's do this. Let's finalize what you're thinking of doing.
So I'm going to climb up
Yeah.
to where the cages are because
Okay.
I kind of now know what that is.
Yeah.
I know that's where I've been.
Okay.
So I need to get to the cages because I know that there's a lot of other Steves up there.
Amazing.
And
Okay.
maybe 301 and 302. But I know there's a lot of Steves.
Okay.
So I need to get up.
All right. Wow, we got a lot of stuff going on here. So, first things first. I need 3 D20s rolled, please.
I'll roll one.
I'll
Roll
roll
one.
Hey.
Okay. Here we
Go
go.
for it. Go for it.
It's a 9.
Mm-hmm.
13.
Yeah. Look. Oh, nice. See, I'm
And
glad it was you.
A 1?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Again? Hey, man.
Can you re-roll a 13?
Oh, this is
19.
19. Okay.
Do you not remember this person can roll like nobody's business?
Okay.
Today.
Last week too.
The lizards
Because I roll really
look
bad on my
through.
Saturday game.
Zzz, the lizards kind of pass by you, and they inform you that that area 19, area 1,
Uh-oh.
which you can tell behind you because the current suddenly picks up even heavier, and area
9.
and area 9 have not become flooded. They are inaccessible. So 1 and 2 are filling up with water. At this point, the lockers, you hear this like clanging as all of the lockers are now getting swept up by water. They're being like tossed side to side as the current starts to push them out. They're collapsing along each other, kind of creating a dam, and the dam gets kind of collapsed and pushed through. So the water level is starting to rise here. As that's happening, all of the steves start to kind of rattle and become very scared.
Can you give me the numbers again? 1, 2.
Yeah,
Sorry.
what have we lost?
1, 2, 3, 9,
14.
14, 19.
9, 14.
14 and 19.
Yeah, 14 was in the last round.
Unless I'm missing any.
10 sessions. I finally get to pull out the crazy art colored pencils.
Yeah.
It's all been building up to this. Okay. Socks. We're gonna get to you. You're gonna be the final one.
That's
here.
fine. That's fine.
Captain Finnegan, Finna, Hope. You all dive in. We don't need to roll for this. You just dive in. As you do, you go underwater, and underwater, you're able to see that something about the shift in the pressure in the water. These grates that were all covering the 6 holes have lifted. They have not like been blown off, but instead they've kind of like risen and have been like kind of like shifted to the sides. Almost there's some kind of mechanical process. But as you can tell, there isn't like a strong amount of pressure yet pouring down that way. It seems that whatever this goes, the space is relatively small. But there are these 6 holes that seem to lead to a different space. And that's what you guys see in the water. Now I'm going to stick with you guys here in the water. What do you guys want to see as you see that? And you guys are not able really to communicate, but as you're kind of pantomiming. You're also kind of a little bit in the distance can see splashing around Lure, who along with the now very aquatic Ben Folds the Ball, are racing off towards the end of the room where they're trying to look for Gertrude the raft. So, Finna, Hope, Finnegan.
I don't know that Lure is running from something or running towards something, so I'm just gonna go towards Lure to try to figure out what's going on and if they need help.
Perfect. I'm gonna say you're able to catch up with Lure. As you do, what do you guys talk about?
Looking for Gertrude.
Your ship?
Yeah.
Now acknowledging it as a ship.
Yeah.
Captain is nothing without its ship. Let's go find it.
Thank you, Captain.
Oh, Captain.
Fantastic. Cool. So I think you guys can tell that the flow of the water is trying to get through. So if you look on the map, area 4 is connected to this hallway, and there are these little barricades in the way, these little barriers. Those are the doors. But you can see that there's a crack in the doors just letting this water through. And I imagine the raft is relatively small.
She folds in half, yeah.
And plus she folds in half. I mean, it's big enough for mice, right?
Yeah.
I imagine it's maybe as big as that little rolling train that Bill has.
Yeah, probably about there, yeah.
Yeah. Very cute.
Oh.
So the raft, by all estimation, would have been carried through that opening.
The crack, does it look fragile?
The what?
The crack that the water is flowing through, does it look like we could maybe widen it?
Yeah, possibly. It seems like it's these 2 giant barricades, but they have been on a kind of busted a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe with some effort you could probably move it around, but otherwise, what are you thinking?
Just thinking maybe getting some of the water out of this room and further down away from where all the steves are.
Oh, okay.
Kind of gathering that there was some kind of jailbreak happening up there.
Right.
So maybe keeping the water from pooling too much in this room so that they can have more time.
Okay. So I'll say if you guys want to do that, then you guys are gonna move forward to explore that space. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So you guys kind of swoop through there. Hope, what are you up to?
I think because looking at the drains, like there's nothing much we can do there. Like they're clogged. It's just they're running slow because they're very tiny. Right.
They're just small. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I think then he's gonna follow the captain's suit and head towards that hole, and may actually have an idea on how to widen it.
Okay.
I would like to use the second charge of my magic shield
Ooh, okay.
and try to use the invisible ring of force. Like, try to get, like, in the hole and then create a larger... Use the force to bust it open.
Bam!
I think that's a great use of that spell.
Get
Yeah.
over two.
Fantastic. Yeah, I love that. Let's just say that that's what happens. Describe for us as you bust it open with some of that magical force energy.
So it kind of occurs to Hope that this could be a thing, and he gets streamlined in the water and starts swimming as fast as he can towards that hole, and tries to time it exactly so that once he's right in that crack, he hits the shield to activate the spell, and this ring of absolute invisible force cracks the hole open, almost like a can opener again, like just kind of peeling it.
Yeah. It's followed by an intensified rush of water, but significantly you can tell that the water's being diverted into another space. On the map, it's an area that has been fully mapped out, but now that you're kind of passed through the doors, you can see that it looks like that water is rushing down the hallway and is then dropping off. So you would ascertain that those areas are like areas where a dig was happening. This could be tricky because that means that there's a waterfall kind of situation. So water's being diverted, great, but y'all are going to be diverted with that water.
Yeah, absolutely.
And is this like going towards 13?
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Let's shoot over to 303.
Okay, I gotta go up the goo.
Go.
You gotta go up the goo. As you do, you tap the goo, and it is a similar connection to when you're connected to the mushroom mother.
Okay.
And you hear a voice go, "Hey, is that you one of ours?
Yes.
You seem familiar."
I think so.
Oh, maybe we haven't met.
You know, Mother?
Yeah, of course I know Mother. Yeah.
Well, I'm here because Mother says that she's lost contact.
Oh, yeah. Let's reconnect. Come meet me.
Mother misses you.
I miss Mother. Take me to Mother.
I can't. Well, where are you?
You need to go down into the wet, dark place.
Oh, well, I have to go up first.
That's the opposite direction of the dark, wet place.
Right, I have to go to the dry, light place first, so that I can be brave enough to go to the dark, wet place.
But I thought you said you want to take me to Mother.
Well, I mean, yeah, eventually. I don't.
I'm just looking like
Yeah.
Give me a willpower save.
Yeah.
I want you to take me to Mother.
I rolled a 1!
My little dice.
Okay. You get the sense that the insistence of this thing wanting you to take it to Mother is a little nagging, a little like intense.
Right,
Nagging is not the right word. It's very persistent. Okay. As you climb up, you see some mice in these cages. They look at you and they immediately go, "Hey, how'd you get outside?"
Hey, I don't really know, but there's a whole world out there, and we have to get out. I have to get all of you out. We have to go.
They all look around because this is kind of like on the opposite side of the other of the other cages, but they see the other cage happening. And go, well, hold on. You got out, and you're talking about the whole world. They just opened up the cage. When'd you have time to get out? What are you talking?
I've been out for a while.
A whole bunch of them kind of go around. How'd you get out?
Where's 301 and 302? Do you know where 301 and 302 are?
Oh, we had that accident.
What accident?
Oh, there's a lot of water that came through here, and some cages got opened. I think by accident. A couple of Steves got out.
Maybe that was me. I don't remember.
Well, and they kind of look around like, we're not sure how long ago that was. It's hard to track time, but it was a couple of handfuls of dark days ago.
Yeah, I've been with my friends with the Bobs,
Oh, no, this was more recently.
and we met another Steve, a Steve that escaped.
Oh, yeah, that's it. That's when the Steves escaped. The wizard was here, and she was talking to a bunch of otters, and then she did something, and the water happened, but then something caused the cages to open, and a bunch of Steves jumped out. Steve Martin went, and Steve and Nee Germanata went.
Okay.
Did you meet them?
Do I remember? No.
Yeah, I think you would have remembered.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, you met them. Are they safe?
Yes. Yeah. That's what we want to do. Is we want to get all of you out so you can be safe.
Oh, okay. Give me a willpower save with advantage because they're, you're coming from
Go.
one of their own.
7.
Yeah.
I'm gonna quit.
Okay.
Well,
Well,
seven.
if you say that they got out and they went outside and they're safe, you got to go up there. You got to go up top. That's where Clark. That's where the wondrous wizard does everything.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
And
Great.
I'll look up and do I see Bobby Socks? like,
Exactly. You
flying
see
up there?
Bobby
Okay.
Socks and Jeremy Renner kind of making their way up there.
Lift us up where we belong.
And with that,
Where
let's cut
sparrows
over. Yeah. Where sparrows look. Let me help you with this last part of the destination. Sparrow Looker at your service, and he scoops you up.
Oh my
And
god,
it's-
I feel like I can see sparrows when I'm with you, Jeremy Renner.
Oh my god.
And he and my darling, this flies you up through the grate, and you land on top of this sort of observation area, and true to form, Steve Jobs wasn't lying. There's a ton of buttons here. Something maybe is being streamlined here, but as you look around, there are tubes and funnels. There are pipes. There are a menagerie of small
A network.
screens. A network, a collection, a just different units that are doing stuff. There's beeps, there's whirs, there are buttons, there are levers, all around. And
There's
you
no earthly way of knowing. Is it raining? Is it snowing? Is the hurricane blowing? Yes, yes.
Well, as you look around, there is a grainy, what to you looks like a picture,
Mhm.
except that the picture seems to be moving.
Ooh.
And it's just kind of, it's a little grainy, and
Mm-hmm.
it's hard to tell what's going on.
It's a security camera.
But you see water pouring through 6 different elements.
Yep.
In this grainy thing.
Room 1, room 2, room 3, room 9, room 14, and 19.
More specifically, they're in these 6 spots. I think kind of based on where you guys came in, you realize that this camera or this picture is showing you what's happening directly underneath room 4. Just the 6 holes. All through in the grainy image, you see these bulbous masses of the fungal form. But there are also these very large. It's kind of hard to tell what these shapes are because of the way that the camera is positioned. But something about the shapes suggests something that has 4 limbs and is just impossibly large. And then there's another shape with 4 limbs and is also impossibly large.
Oh no.
But the graininess of the camera doesn't really quite show you.
What animals were impossibly large that we had so far?
Capybaras and ostriches.
You also see that that these shapes have they each have what looks like either a root or some kind of a tube running that's connected to them.
Oh.
You're not quite sure where the tubes run off to. Now, that is a little bit unusual. You've never seen a movie.
No, I'm flabbergasted.
As you take in the rest of the room, you see that there are other items that seem peculiar. For example, you've had perhaps art in your little nooks. Here you see
Definitely
art
did.
that's huge.
Mhm.
Frames that are the size of 6 mice by 5 mice. Pictures
Wow.
displayed.
So 8 by 10s?
8 by 10.
Nice to use the metric system.
Poster size 8 by 11 and a half.
They're
But you see that there are pictures collected in places. Odd items, things that glitter and shine that to you, as a human, you might see they look like a wristwatch, a ring,
maybe perhaps like a stuffed toy. But as a mouse, you're taking in these odd shapes.
Some human artifacts.
The pictures look more like, I understand what this is.
Okay.
In those pictures, you see groups of what you can only describe as hairless giants standing around. A group of them is
Are they
standing.
people?
A group of them is standing in front of a building, on top of which, as we've now kind of discovered, you guys can speak the language. It says Arthur C. Clarke Memorial Laboratory.
Yeah.
There are other pictures in which the group of people who are standing in front of the Arthur C. Clarke Memorial Laboratory, there are additional pictures all around in which you see these people individual. So it looks like as if it's a collection of a group of people who perhaps at one time were working here at the Arthur C. Clarke Laboratory. But the pictures, even to you, to your eye, don't seem to have exactly a functional place in this room. It seems like they've been placed here. And as you take them in, you hear a strange sound. Jeremy Ellen White, Jeremy Lin, and Jeremy Jordan hop down, and they go, "Oh shit! Oh shit! She's coming!" And then you hear, "Ooh, I wanna dance with somebody. Ooh, I wanna feel the heat with somebody. Yeah, I wanna dance with somebody. With somebody. Ooh, ooh."
Oh no.
The light slightly darkens as you hear flapping of wings, and an impossibly large owl face looks out through the hole, kind of cocks its head a little bit, looks back, looks at you and says, "Like what you see? Impressed?"
No.
She flaps down. "Well, welcome. I suppose you made your way here anyways. So yeah, welcome to my home."
No, not impressed.
That's unfortunate. But as you can tell, I have a few
Your
things-
tyranny is unimpressive.
Wow. Wow. Cutting words. You are not enjoying what I'm trying to do here?
Not particularly, no.
Well,
I'll hear you out though. What do you want to say?
well, I'm not sure how to take your response. You just simply don't understand. A lot of this wasn't here before me, you know. All of this wasn't here.
Looks like a ruin to me. It looks like most of it something you just moved in, repurposed a little.
Yes. I've kept it pretty well for a long time, long time. I was here when the humans were dealing with their first plagues and their second last plagues and the final plagues. When the sun became too hot and the waters were soiled, the air changed. The humans really did not like that at all. And they tried and tried and tried to find a way at a reversal of that, but it was too late. But it wasn't just the humans. All critters, all small things, all were gone. Even the plants were dying, but here I was, as you see me now. I wasn't touched by any of it. Not by the plagues, not by the sun getting too hot, not by the water, not by the air.
Sure. It seems like maybe your heart and soul were affected.
Interesting. Hearts.
Made you potentially heartless?
Yes. Good question. Where is my heart? Hearts are things that beat for a short period of time. I've learned that.
Oh, so you no longer have one, so you don't have an actual heart anymore.
Well, as far as I can tell, I do have one. As you can see, and she kind of like spreads her wings and does like a little swoop around the room. I'm completely capably able of flying and traveling and doing everything that I should be able to do, but I don't know when my heart started beating, and I certainly can't tell you that it stopped. As far as I know, it's always been beating. But your heart,
Your hearts have only been beating for a short amount of time. There was a long period of time when you weren't around. But the mushrooms, I figured out the mushrooms can do wondrous things. You know, mushrooms don't really die. They just change. If you ate a mushroom and then you did your dirty mouse business, the mushroom wouldn't be destroyed. It would just change. It wouldn't even start over. It would just become a new thing. Wonderful.
Well, if you want to get into it and the molecular biology of it all, that's pretty much everything. Not everything is infinite. The stardust continues.
Ooh. Oh, I've always been so taken by mice. You are the only thing that has persisted consistently to have been able to withstand so much. You were my first success. Only you, after you were successfully back and able to maintain your order, to reproduce whatever it is you do without my help, I knew I'd cracked it, and that I could bring back, well, there was a strange menagerie of animals here. I could bring back the capybaras and the ostriches. I was working with whatever was in here. But you've always been the secret. And I'm just turning the corner now. We're gonna bring back everything. The humans too. I haven't seen another owl in a very long time. Maybe owls will come back. She careens up,
Mm-hmm.
and she, in her claws,
Mm-hmm.
brings this picture closer to you.
Mm-hmm.
And the picture, says the Arthur C. Clarke Memorial Laboratory. And then underneath, in a really smaller font, there's like one of those things that say like L-R, left to right.
Mm-hmm.
And it is the names of people.
Mm-hmm.
And you're kind of like reading through it, and you clock that there's a scientist named Bob, a scientist named Glenn, there's a scientist named Fumi, there's a scientist named something,
Mhm.
Finn,
Mm-hmm.
last name, and so on.
Mm-hmm.
There's a scientist named Liz and a Gladys.
Lore.
Ooh. Oh, wow, never mind. You see all the names, and there are other
Yeah.
names that you haven't necessarily met. There's a Ben, there's a Delilah, there's a
Mhm.
Max,
Mm-hmm.
Jeremy.
Mm-hmm.
And she puts this picture in front of you, and she says, I was very fond of them. I was always fond of their experiments. I didn't understand them at first. I knew that they were very panicked and afraid. But it was you. They were using mice to figure out how to stop the plagues. Somehow the mice, you, were the key to all of it. So small, and yet these massive giants depended on you for everything. They were so vulnerable. They couldn't breathe without wearing strange outfits that covered their bodies. I met one of their early experiments, and I was still, I suppose, in my primal stage. Ate that mouse right away. That first meal changed everything. I understood that I tapped into it. I feasted on a decent amount of mice, I will admit to that, but, well, as one of the humans was very fond of saying, if you want to make an omelet, you have to break some eggs. And so I did. I consumed until I could understand what you mice were doing. Whatever they did to you, you carried the spark of it, the life. But my best examples, I've had hundreds. I've had hundreds and hundreds. My best examples are the latest batch, who are all named Steve. A few of them have fled, and I'm just trying to get them back. Because without them,
What do you constitute success?
well, they are able to manifest new things. They've tapped into the true magic of mushrooms. Science. I don't know. Some would say that scientific progress of a certain level is indecipherable from magic. That's what one of my humans used to say, is that sometimes technology could be so advanced that we think of it as magic, but I just have to understand it. So there are some Steves that can consume mushrooms, and they create out of nothing. They make incredible things. They can see suddenly in the dark. They can make fire. They could frighten a predator with a look. It's incredible. I need these thieves back. I need to get these thieves back if I'm going to continue my experiments. If I'm going to bring everybody back, I need to have everyone here. I can't suffer more lost experiments. Where are my Steves? Who has them? And she kind of taps her claws. Jeremy Renner is buzzing around. Jeremy Allen White flexes impishly. Jeremy Lynn.
He's telling it's fine. Don't worry about it.
Officially,
Jeremy Lynn, Jeremy Jordan.
That's a high note.
They're like, well,
Belts one in the corner for no reason.
Jeremy Lynn is just like,
But
well,
this owl is. Oh, sorry. It's crazy.
okay, so we've got this going on.
Yeah.
Can we pause it here and jump over to
Yeah.
the other? So you
Please.
gonna think about what you want to do with that, but we're gonna shoot over to. We're gonna shoot over to that. Bob 303 is climbing the gate. The grate.
Yes.
Yeah. The other waterborne mices have created a space so the water is spilling out. But ahead of you, water is going to be careening into space, labeled 13. Okay. What do you want?
Are we already over the waterfall? Or are we just going towards
Yeah, you see the waterfall approaching. You haven't gone over yet.
And has Bob and Laura gotten hold of Gertrude?
Looking
yet?
for Gertrude.
I think at this time you're catching up to Gertrude, so it's just going to be all of you. Give me strength saving throws as you guys see Gertrude flapping around trying to grab onto it.
I am not trying to grab Gertrude.
Okay, you're not.
No.
Oh,
Okay.
Because I've been in this situation again. If you remember my backstory,
it's true.
part of my lore was how I became the legendary captain. Was in a similar situation. I got ahead of everybody else and hooked everybody out of the water.
Okay.
I am looking for something to grab hold, purchase, and hook everybody else. So I'm trying to actually go with the current and swim ahead to get ahead of everybody while they're.
Oh, I love that.
Love this.
Mhm.
Okay. Okay. Great. So,
Team problem solving at its finest.
look, this is I'm gonna say this is a willpower save because
Oh
you're.
no! Okay,
Oh,
Well, we've got some ducks to burn.
I'm gonna try it once.
oh,
Yeah.
2.
Oh.
what is happening, man?
Tonight.
My God.
Fantastic. Yeah, I think you get yourself over to the edge and you find like a steady piece of purchase where you can hold on and and is Finna doing the same thing with you?
I think Finna would try to help them get hold of Gertrude.
Great, okay.
Because Finna knows what I'm doing.
So you're great. So you're ready with your hook, ready for them to go over. All right, gang. So I love that. Let's roll strength saving throws for Finna, Lure, and 303.
2, baby.
Yes.
That is a 10 under my 12.
Oh,
Yeah.
I am going to use a duck.
let's do that. We're at 26 ducks.
Woohoo.
And I hit it.
Hey.
Yay! Okay, fantastic. You guys all grab onto Gertrude. She's safe. She's in your hands once again.
And now, seeing this hook out,
Yeah.
Lure pulls his hook out. We're gonna hook.
We're gonna
Yeah.
we're gonna touch hooks.
Yeah, we're gonna hook.
Finna looks at Hope and goes, "Ha ha! Hold on tight. You're gonna love this move."
Oh, all right.
All right. Yeah. So they hold on. You guys hold on to the raft, and you're holding to the raft, and you've got the hook.
Yeah,
All right.
captain to captain.
Captain to
Captain,
captain.
captain. All right.
Oh my God.
So,
I'm obsessed with them.
I think let's
Captain's hook.
because you need to hold on to the raft and hold on to the two of them, and you need to be able to hold on to each other. I think each one of you has to pass a strength saving throw.
Okay.
Because
Okay.
there's a lot of weight
Yeah.
being displaced here.
Okay,
Let's
do
do it. Yes.
Ooh.
Yes.
Woo! Yeah. Captain to captain.
Captain.
Like
Those
the
predator handshake
Yeah,
hooks.
like the predator handshake of hooks. Exactly right. And then you are hooked together, dangling over the side of this ravine, and you see the water splitting down, and down below, flapping around, you see
2 heads pop up. Oh, did you miss us? It's just us little otters. We're having a little great fun time. And you know, if you take one of us down, 2 more come back. And you see their eyes like turn completely black, white, and completely black, inky, and they like kind of tangle over each other like weird, sneaky shark things. But they're just kind of making circles down below in the pool. You guys are kind of are able to hold on to each other. Let's jump over to Bob 303.
So my intent is to climb up to the control room.
I would say you'd be able to get up there,
Okay.
and I think you tell based on this, you know,
Sure.
this owl monologue that she just shared. I think you would be arriving at some point during that.
Okay. So I'm going to, while the owl is monologuing, I'm hearing all of this and
Good.
understanding what's happening. I am looking for some kind of boxy, rectangular pad that has numbers.
Oh, okay.
Something that kind of looks like that.
Oh, I love that. Fantastic. Great. So yeah, all right. So we'll do this. We're kind of doing group spotlights. We're doing individual spotlights. Why don't we just go right there with you?
Okay.
What I need is, I think we need a dexterity saving throw for you to get up there if you're trying to avoid being.
I am.
Yeah. Okay.
Trying to be sneaky.
I assume.
I'll use duck.
Duck.
7. Got it.
Got it. Okay.
Okay. Use my duck and got my roll.
Scribble up there.
Okay. And
Yeah.
then
She's going around. You mice. You're the ass. Blah blah.
Right.
Gesticulating wildly.
eating mice, but I admit I ate a lot of them.
I get a while. So.
Yeah. And if I can find this,
I was like, then there's fighting words.
if I
She
can,
really
if
made
I
it
can
out.
find this thing,
Mhm.
there's a number that's
Mm.
kept running through my head. And I
Right.
want to find this, and I want to jump from the 3 to the 1 to the 4
Uh
to the 1 to the 5 to the 6.
huh. I love this a lot. I think that's super rad. What I think is this is like you're really testing the possibility that this is a number that you've recalled.
Yeah, for
So
some
let's-
reason.
Yeah, let's do a willpower save with advantage.
Okay, do I have to roll under it or it or lower?
It or lower.
Okay, my 8 is my willpower.
Right there. Okay, amazing. Beep boop beep bop beep 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 boop, and with a very satisfying. There's like a decompression, and you hear, "Zzz," and suddenly, the cages start unlocking. The owl. Who did that? Who did that?
And I'm gonna look for the way, like
Hoo-hoo.
if there's a way where I can exit this control room
Uh-huh.
that goes like directly down
Just like-
all the way,
Ooh,
all the
okay.
way down, and so they go, "Me, Stevie, you can't control," and he just jumps off the side.
All right.
You can't.
That rocks.
I think everybody give me an initiative. So
Yeah.
we're going to jump in. Ba-ba-ba-ba-bam.
What are we trying to beat again?
You're dead.
Just under your
Under your
decks.
decks.
Yeah. So just tell me if you beat the decks.
Yep.
Yep.
Meets
Oh,
a
it
beat.
doesn't matter.
Meet the meat.
I made it.
Meets a beat.
I was
Let's
like,
go.
is
Through
this
the
one
meat.
doesn't
Posted
matter.
me.
3
I'll
under
beat
my
my
7.
decks.
Hell yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
we
Do I
love it.
want to duck? No, doesn't
Nah.
matter.
You got a lot of ducks, yeah.
Up to you.
Yeah, up to you.
It's
We're
initiative.
doing it.
It's
We're-
initiative.
Yeah.
I'm gonna live my life. I'm gonna be okay. I'll wait.
Also, I
Okay.
like you being
What?
at the rear. That works.
Okay.
Thank you. Me too.
You've been helpful back there.
Do you want the jam jams to be in the rear with you
Jam
as well?
jams are gonna be in. Yeah. absolutely.
Yeah.
Thoughts for
Yeah.
jam
Clean
jams.
crew.
Bobby Socks and the Jam Jams.
It's too much to jam. Too much to jam.
Okay, so, ain't too much. It's never too much. Captain Finnegan and First Mate Finna,
Mm-hmm.
Lure and Hope. Okay. So we'll do this. Y'all
Lure, Hope, the Finnegans are dealing with some feisty otters. They're gonna start climbing up,
Sure.
going for you. 303 and Socks dealing with the owl. Now, top of the round, the owl is gonna go after. So
Okay.
you are doing the thing you're gonna do.
Here's my whole goal. I am
Oh yeah.
going, hopefully, because I'm small. We'll see. I'm trying to get one of the holes,
Mm-hmm.
and as I am going down, I reach into my pouch
Mm-hmm.
and pull out both of my uncharged magic stones, and I'm just gonna hold them in front of me
As you jump down.
Oh,
because I'm sure
no.
I'm jumping more than 30
Oh
feet.
shit!
Rocks.
We love this. Okay, so
Literally rocks.
to loop you in,
Literally.
the spells in this game and listener viewers are lovely because once you run out of charges of them, the way you recharge them is you do some kind of a ritual. For the magic missile spell, you need to drop it from a height of 30 feet and then pick it up within 10 minutes of dropping it, and that recharges it. He's dropping it and holding it. This is really lovely. I love that.
With full knowledge that what I like, if everything goes right,
Yeah.
he's gonna do that. Go through the hole into the dark under wherever the evil, bad mitochondrial network is. Like, and I want them to go off when I hit
Ooh.
because I want to. Yeah, exactly. And whatever I don't care because it's like Steve's got to escape. Everybody's got to be safe. And this thing's got to get stopped.
Damn it! I wish.
Fuck
Sorry.
that owl.
Now I
Yeah.
wish I was going next to you. It's okay.
Wild.
Oh,
We'll make it happen later.
Okay.
It's incredible.
Okay.
yeah, no notes.
Let's resolve that in a second. Everybody in the studio roll me a d20.
10.
11.
10, 11.
7.
14. I'm guessing you want me to re-roll
Seven.
that.
Yes, please. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Oh, if it's on the big table, yeah.
7. Oh, you just rolled 7.
Yes.
So we have 10, 11.
10, 11.
Oh my god. I'm gonna hit a new number. 8. There we go.
8. Okay.
8, and I rolled an 18.
You rolled an 18. Okay. 18, 8. The Liz's rapidly return and inform you that all of those areas have flooded. At this point, it is sufficient. There's enough sufficient flooding that this place in general is. You start to hear like these like, there's these like really alarming sounds coming from around. You feel the creak and the scratch of metal. Is like you can feel things are getting bent out of shape, things are getting tossed around. The lockers that were getting scooped out down below are making a huge racket. They're now like being kind of tumbled around, and you see some of them now get jammed up in area 4, around where you guys are at. Okay, you leap down. You're gonna fall, and at the beginning of your next round, we're gonna resolve what happens.
Okay.
But as you fall, you feel the magic come back. You break through the water. I need you to give me a strength saving throw because this is quite a height
I'll use 2 ducks.
for a moosey.
Done. Yeah.
Fantastic.
With my 4.
Good.
Yeah, please do that.
4. I'm spinning.
You're
two
holding
ducks.
on to it. Okay. Great. You break the water, and you are heading into one of the 6 openings down below.
Yeah, the whole intent is just to like,
Right.
yeah, and then
And you send yourself down into the cold, wet, dark
right.
place. Meanwhile, right up top, the otters. They're snaking up. But you guys got the jump on them. You guys are aware of them. However, some of you are dangling, so it's going to be a bit of a compromising proposition. So, what do you guys want to do?
Can I then, because technically all the dangling is, I'm the source of it.
Yes.
Can I spend my turn stabilizing them?
Yes.
So I try to like swing them and stabilize everybody else. So it's
I
only
think you
my
could
turn.
do that. I think you could swing them and kind of bring them onto a ledge.
Right.
So that the
Like
kind of
whatever I'm holding on to. Yeah.
Yeah, so because you've got a huge amount of folks here, it's going to be a strength saving throw with disadvantage. But we have a bunch of ducks, so feel free to use them.
I'm going to try first.
Fantastic.
So I have
All right.
okay-ish strength.
All right.
Yeah, let's go Finn again. Finn again.
Finn, Captain Finn.
All right, here we go. Oh no,
Nope,
both
nope,
over.
both- yeah.
Okay.
Same.
I care about this. Let's just say I use 2 ducks. Let's
All
call
right,
it.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we
yeah.
go.
Let's
We're
just
calling
do
it. Good. 21. Yeah, describe how you swing them up on the ledge. Oh,
Yeah.
that's what you do.
Yeah, that's it. Like, I swing him up on the ledge, and you guys look at Captain Finnegan. And the last time he did one person at a time.
Yeah.
So like this was 3 people and a boat.
Yeah.
I'm just exhausted, so I'm just.
Sweet mouse.
Incredible.
I'm not useful this turn. Aside from that.
And Finnegan goes, "Ha ha! Captain Finnegan swings again. This is gonna be a good one. This is gonna be bring everybody to the pier.
Tell them I did it
Yes,
again.
I will." Swings again. Amazing. So Finna is kind of looking to you, Hope, and looking to you, Lure, since Captain Finnegan's a little exhausted. All right, y'all. What do we want to do?
How far are the otters from us? You said they were like below us, right?
They're below you, yeah, but they're gonna spend the turn getting up close to you guys, and then they're gonna take some bites. But right now they can't see you,
Yeah.
so you guys have some elements.
Lure very quickly grabs Hope. What's happening in there?
We freed a bunch of the Steves. There's a hole up top that the owl supposedly comes in from.
Where are the others? Are they going after the owl?
I don't know. I think they're absent.
I did it too earlier.
I'm sorry.
It's fine.
Finna goes, "Oh, I reckon I like their accent too. What the Finns sound like this? Hey, Captain, have you considered this? This is nice."
I believe they're trying to free the rest of the Steves.
All right, we have to get back.
Agreed.
All right, let's go then.
Sorry, that's inappropriate. I didn't need to do that.
I'll be right behind you.
All right, everyone hold on. And Lure's going to try and continue what Captain Finnegan did and try and move us upstream to go back through the wider hole
Yeah.
that Hope opened.
Amazing. So I think you guys are able to use the ledge. The ledge is really kind of cramped. So I think it's just a matter of you guys making a bunch of dexterity saving throws so you sort of stay on the ledge and not fall into the river and get swooped down.
Cool.
Does that make sense?
Sounds good.
Yeah. Great. Let's do that. So would you mind rolling for Finna, please?
Sure.
Thank you.
Succeed.
Yes.
Succeed.
Yes.
I'm going to use a duck.
Do it.
Okay. Nope. God.
Oh.
No. My dex is so bad. Yeah.
Double duck.
Double duck. We got a bunch of gamblers in here. We're down to 18.
There are gambles here. You can
ducks.
do that.
Boo, boo, boo. All right, fantastic. So y'all are able to maintain your balance. It looks a little precarious for Lure there for a second, but keeps his footing. You guys get to that opening that you guys blasted open in the door. I'm gonna just want to give you guys a little bit more here, kind of time, because I think you guys are trying to reconnect with the rest of the group. All right, to get back into the room. Not to overcomplicate things, but you guys are working against the current. You can try to scale up along this busted door if you climb along the myconid stuff. The only trade-off there is if you guys will need to be making some willpower saves. If you fail them, you're probably gonna pass out and fall into the water. But you could try. We got ducks.
I think Lure is justifiably frightened enough of the mushrooms that he's like, I'm gonna keep going.
Okay. All right. So you're just gonna try to use the ledges or any protrusions, and
Yeah.
you're gonna fight against the current.
Remember how I said I was dumb of ass?
Oh,
Yes.
no.
The closest.
Remember.
That is the soonest I can get to that owl. I want it.
Okay. Great.
Straight as the owl flies.
And
Clever.
and how does Captain Finnegan and First Mate Finna feel? Do you think-
Oh, I thought Captain Finnegan was left behind in this. He's exhausted. I didn't know he was.
Oh, well, I mean, you'll catch up with him. Well, I guess if you're left behind, you'll be the first wave of offense against
Against the otters.
Okay.
And so Finna would
I love that.
wait behind with that.
Okay.
She's not leaving the captain
And
behind.
Finna's going to be there. Listen, why don't we just play out that scene? The otters pop up. What? Oh, you two. Roll me.
These are so unhinged. I love them so much.
Hey, we just want to play. We like water because we like to play in it. Okay, roll a d12 because you got the jump on them.
D12.
Bonk 'em.
I didn't bring my dice today, so I have to find. There we
Here.
go. No, I have one. There we go.
Real good.
Ba-na-na-na-na. That's what.
8.
Ooh, okay, great. And Finna, go ahead and roll for Finna as well.
10.
Oh,
okay.
hell yeah.
All right, Finna. What does Finna use? What's she fighting with?
It's like a rapier kind of something, some short and
Yeah.
speedy.
Needle.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Take Porta Finn's finest. And you see the lunges out. She brings that otter down to 0 right away. So he's gonna need to do, they're gonna need to do a strength saving throw, which it doesn't. Whoa, you guys are nasty. And the otter falls back.
Why was that Jack Hay?
I know, absolutely.
And the one that you stab out at is down to 2 hit points. It's going to take a bite out of you. It's a significant baddie. And it's going to bite you for 2 points.
And then I'm wearing light armor, so that.
That's
Turns into 1.
It turns into 1.
Oh no!
You sneezed on me.
Oh no!
I bet that's smart. Okay, so you're tied up with the otters.
So unhinged. I love them so much.
The narrative says Otter's not so great at stuff.
Let's see a strength saving throw from you to fight against the current. You're trying to swim and then just find some place where there's less current. Is that what you're trying to do?
Just trying to ascend without as much myconid. That's the goal.
Got it. So let's just say you want to swim into the room and then find something that's a little bit less mic in it. That's accomplishable. So just give me a strength saving throw.
It's a
No,
Is
the
it not a 2?
9.
Oh.
Duck. Worse.
No, gee.
Double ducking.
All right.
Oh, because you have damage. I'm
Alrighty.
confused.
Yeah. No, I know. In my dream, it would be better.
You pile yourself. Okay. Well, so you persevere. We're down to 15 ducks. You get to a chunk of the room that is mostly like steel cables and wiring, and it's an easy passage now up to the cages. So you get there. Our man Hope is taking the most direct route of action and is climbing along the fungal flesh.
Oh.
You were doing well. I'm going to duck it.
Okay.
You
Gotta
gotta.
duck
You
it.
gotta.
There we go. That's a 10 under my 14. Let's go.
Fantastic. As you climb along it, you have this strange feeling that somebody's whispering to you. Hey, where are you going?
I'm going to the owl.
The owl look sucks. They're so boring. Come hang out with me. You know, fun.
I don't know who you are.
I'm a fun guy.
I walked right into it. I love it.
Guy.
Yeah, you wanna hang out? I kick it in the cool, dark, wet place.
Nothing good ever comes from cool, dark, wet places.
Hey man, that's my home. That's rude. Okay. But not a very persuasive member of the Mike and the family. Okay, so you start making your way up the walls. Lure starts making their way up the walls. Finna and Finnegan are protecting us. The owl. She rises up. Who? You did this.
Me?
You did this. Yes. You brought in these ungrateful interlopers. I know what you are. You are my unfortunate batch. That's right. That's right. I know you now.
Oh, we're the bad batch.
You are a very bad batch.
Yeah, I know I'm a bad batch.
Wow.
It's like,
Wow. The owl swings up and he goes, well,
That's what
I could
Jeremy
be-
appreciates about me, I think.
I could be pretty bad too. I've been benevolent so far. I've given everybody life and a chance to start over and a chance for this whole entire world to thrive. What do I get in return? You're destroying my castle?
I'm sorry. This is the castle for you.
It's like a poor people's castle.
You come into a castle, you're so rude. She's gonna cast Fireball.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh,
Sure.
she
I didn't ask you if you were in the room. I said I cast Fireball.
Yeah.
She just got a bunch of spells on her.
Okay, of course.
You know, because she'd be like that.
Well, as can I prepare as she's doing that? Can I make some grease? Because I have grease to go back to her.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
And
I think that you'll be able to utilize the grease on your turn. That's
Okay,
fine.
great.
Yeah. But I think the fireball has to
Yeah.
happen first. We're gonna literally do it by the rules as written.
yeah.
She's going to use up a full ass fireball. She's
Okay.
shooting it at you and the jams.
Oh no, not the love of my life. I knew you were gonna come for him.
6. Okay.
Maybe charred. Lightly charred.
Lightly charred.
It's alright. I love. Oh. Chicken. Sorry.
Ooh, okay. All right.
No flame can burn brighter than your love.
Oh, that's true.
Rolling 3d6, so it's going to be the sum plus the dice. So it's 3 dice plus the sum altogether. That is a chunky roll. That's going to be 11 points of damage plus the 3. So actually, it's going to be 14 points of damage.
But I already I have armor.
Okay.
I have
Minus
light
1.
armor.
13.
Oh my god. So I'm dead?
No, you got. So how much armor do you
What's
have?
your HP?
My HP currently is 10.
Okay.
Currently it's 10. And you have
Mhm.
armor?
Yeah, I have one. I have armor.
Okay. So it's
Negative 1.
It's 11 plus 3, so it's 14. It's
Yeah.
going to be 12. So it goes down 10, and then 2 more taken out of your strength stat. So what does that bring your strength stat down to?
To 10.
To 10. Okay. Now roll me a strength saving throw to avoid passing out.
Oh my god, this bad bitch.
This batch is bad.
She's a bad batch.
SOCKS.
Okay. That's a 1?
Oh!
Oh!
Nice.
All right.
Okay. So you're all out of hit protection.
Hard to read.
Uh-huh.
You're,
Yeah, it's a one.
you're beat up,
Uh-huh.
but you're still standing. Let's do this. I think that 14 is a really high hit.
Uh-huh.
I think the jams are going to roll some strength saving throw because I think they've all
Uh-huh.
they're all
Some
probably-
sideburns.
Yeah. But I want to say that they're beefy boys. So right now it's brought
they are.
brought down. Yeah, they are. It brought down their strength. So all of them have a strength of 11.
Okay.
Okay. I'm going to ask you to roll for them.
Oh no.
So, but this will give you an opportunity to use ducks if needed. Okay.
Okay.
So that's where we got 3. No, 4.
4.
We got a Renner and a Jeremy Allen White and Jeremy Lin and
Jeremy
Jordan.
Jeremy Jordan and Jeremy Lin are like, "Phew, this is some dark shit, fam.
Okay, that's a 5.
All right.
Okay, great.
7.
Oh.
Amazing. Okay.
Don't get too excited because that's a 19.
Okay.
Okay. Duck, you want to duck it?
Save a Jeremy, save a life. That's a 1.
Nice.
Oh!
On a tear.
One more.
That's
Terry's
nice.
on a tear.
Terrible.
Terry, you got it back.
Nope, don't say that. See,
Okay.
you say that, and that's what happens. Then I got an 18.
Do another
Okay,
duck.
left. 3.
Yeah.
The
All
Jeremy's-
right. Oh my God, that was the most tense.
Room of silence.
And I was like, ah.
Amazing.
I was totally breathing the entire time.
Yeah,
I don't know what
me
you're talking
too.
about.
The jams are burned. Somehow it makes Jeremy Allen White look even more tan and glistening. And
He's all
that-
sweaty
I
now.
don't know,
He's like sweaty like he's in
Yeah.
the kitchen.
Jeremy Renner looks like he's just been,
Someone had that
building a fire intently, and he's just got sweat and a little soot in his eyes. Jeremy Lin and Jeremy Jordan are, their cakes are burnt. They're like, oh man, we're gonna
Jeremy
get you
Jordan
for
got
this.
that
Yeah.
Don't you know, they're like, don't you know, in the club we're all fam. You're not acting like fam right now.
Oh, no.
Okay, so that takes us to Sox's turn, but also, I think at the end of this, at the beginning of this, we're going to resolve what you're doing. So, Sox, tell me what you want to do and what you want Jam Jams to help you out to do.
Oh my gosh.
So you got
Well,
this grease mask.
yeah, I want to get back. I have this grease. I want to get back at her because it's a flammable. It's a slippery flammable thing. So I want to singe her.
Okay.
I want to burn the Bad Batch.
You want to burn the Bad Batch?
Yeah, I want to burn her.
I love it. I mean, but let's just kind of let's play with this.
Okay.
So
So if my boys are able to fly because he's got his Liz,
yes,
Love lifts us up. I want to be able to be like, okay, honey, do you think we could go together? And so I'm gonna see if we can go together
It's like, yes.
or this flammable grease.
Right.
Set it on fire.
I mean, the grease is coming from your mask,
Right. I want to drip, drip, drip.
so it's just you're just
We
blowing
both
your
look
nose.
like birds.
That's right. Okay.
We both look like weird birds, remember? Because I
Yeah.
have
Oh, yeah,
basically
yeah, yeah.
Dr.
I
Math.
love the smell of mouse grease in the morning.
Oh God.
Incredible.
So we
Incredible.
basically, I'm like, okay, hun. And so we're gonna send her.
Not rocket a bunch
Yeah.
of grease. All right. This is
Super sexy.
I love using the spell in a slightly different way. I think it works. So
Sparrow Looker and Graven are now attacking.
Is it gravy or is it grave though? That's the question.
Yeah. Gravy.
I don't like it.
No.
Okay, I love it, but I don't like it.
okay, here's what we're gonna do. I think
Yeah.
this is gonna be interesting.
Mhm.
What
have I gotta roll?
So I think it looks like you just kind of do this.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna rule it because I like the way this is working. I'm gonna rule it that you just kick back half of the damage she did to you in like a
Hell
napalm
yeah.
streak across her, in a snot
saves
rocket
us.
of flame.
It's not rocket.
being a little snotty.
So it's gonna take.
We just were snotty together.
You're snotty by nature.
Naughty
Yeah.
by nature. She's gonna take 7 points of damage. This napalm drips down, and Jeremy Lin and Jeremy Jordan look at each other and they nod. And of course, out of their rucksacks, they pull out makeshift basketballs that they also catch in your
Oh,
flammable
no.
stuff, and they're gonna toss them up there. I'm gonna say these are kind of these ranged attacks. That I would like for you to roll. They're firing from a distance.
Okay.
I think these are D4s, but
Okay.
since you're rolling them,
Mhm.
you get to be in charge of how much damage they do.
Okay. D4s.
D4s.
How many you need?
We got some.
Okay, 'cause I got a bunch.
We've got a bunch. So that's one that they have a lot of in here. All right. How many am I doing? How many D4 do I need to roll?
Do 2 D4s, and you
Okay.
just tell me the higher number.
Okay. Great. Great. 2 and 2.
Okay. You can reroll if you want, because you can reroll any die. You can use your duck to reroll any die.
Do I need to reroll right now?
I don't think.
That's up to you. Okay. So great. Okay, so that she's gonna take some more damage as flaming basketballs come flying at her.
That's hilarious. So,
you.
so funny.
Come on, NBA Jam.
He's on fire.
Yeah.
Oh
Welcome
my
to the
god.
Space Jam. Yeah.
Jeremy Allen White just very calmly lobs a literal butcher knife at her.
Oh hell yeah.
You've got a butcher block with her.
Hell yeah.
Could you roll me a d6, please?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're in charge of the damage done to the owl here, Terry.
5.
Ooh.
Okay, so we're looking at
My boy.
7 points of damage plus 1 point of plus 2 points of damage from the basketball boys. 9. That plus 5. That's going to be 14.
Hey.
She's got 1 point of armor, so that's 13 altogether. I'll tell you, this owl is covered head to toe in flames and is not looking particularly happy about it.
She's flaming.
Woo!
Flames.
She goes. She's flapping her wings. Woo! Oh, you think you can do this?
Where's Renner?
What's that?
Does Renner have a bow?
Oh, well, I was thinking.
I was
that
holding
because
her.
he's
Oh,
her.
right.
Yeah.
That's the
she's-
most important thing.
And she's going.
Yeah.
Woo!
The
Woo!
love of his life.
You think you can do this? But I promise you, if you strike me down now, I'll come back twice as strong. y'all become more powerful than ever. And she's doing this as we cut over.
What are you, Phoenix or something?
I am all. Bob 3-3.
So, as he's going, I think right before he hits the water,
Yeah.
because he's picked up the speed, you start hearing that, like from both of them, like that sound when normally he
Yeah.
whips them around, hits the water, and as he's hurtling towards, trying to like basically smash them in so they both go off. He thinks,
I finally know who I am. Steve Rogers.
Oh, that's it. That's it. We did it.
and
We did it.
and
Took 10 episodes.
I love this. So, as you get into the cold, dark, wet place, you funnel through a dark tube, a dark space. It's a tube that kind of spits you out as your, time slows down as you're about to kind of make impact. And you're in this cold, dark place, which, as you're looking around, it is as far as you can see, and there's only a few places where light really gets through. In fact, actually, let me remind that there is a light that is of a different frequency in here, like not an ultraviolet light, but some kind of a light that allows one to look inside, but it keeps what's in here in total darkness, because the mushrooms thrive in darkness, and this entire fungal sort of thing seems to be surrounded around, from what you look like, what you can tell is a collection of four-limbed figures. There's dozens of them. They have these tubes hooked up to these strange yellow suits, or something that looks. You can tell that it's something that is clad in
something around something.
Something around something. And I think since you were overhearing the owl talk about that the humans used to cover themselves in suits head to toe, you see this collection, and they are all hooked up to something. But you see that in their suits there are these minuscule tears, and from every tear that you can see, like mushrooms have sprouted up, and that mushrooms are growing out of them, and there are these holes connected to them. And as you pierce through this, these massive gargantuan shapes like twitch, as like responding, as if they're being manipulated by the mushrooms that are growing through them. And in that final moment, as you kind of come down and the magic missile blows up, we're going to epilogue how this chapter wraps up. This castle is sinking. There are rooms that are like being flooded. We are all of the kind of heinous critters that have been created by the owl Clark have sort of come to roost. The otters are here. In the distance, we hear the of ostriches. We hear their stampeding massive feet. Sooner or later, maybe the opossums will be here as well. They like to ride on top of ostriches. But most importantly, the Castle Clark is beginning to sink. The owl is badly damaged. Captain Finnegan is at the back, protecting us from the arrival of other otters who have threatened that every time you strike down one, two more reappear. Lure, Hope, you're making your way up to join into the fray. Let's go around and describe to us how this all wraps up. And I'll let you know this, that the final image is this, that in the future, there is a child and a parent hiding under a few rocks, looking across a pond, a massive ocean. And the parent is telling the child that a long time ago, there was a place where she who can't die lived. And she is among us still. But this is a place that we come to venerate the great heroes of Bob Villa. All we know in the future is that the castle sunk. So that is where we're going to finish. And y'all, let's create the story of how that wraps up. All right. A little different.
Yeah.
Who has an idea of what they imagine their final moment and the final moments in this space are.
I'll start, I guess.
All right.
So, as 303, the test subject, I know is Steve Rogers, hits both the magic missiles because he has to go off like full force, and the shock waves, the magic explodes outwards. He stripped himself of everything else that was magical because he didn't want to be tainted by the owl anymore. And this is like the last discharge of it. And it rips through like the bad mitochondrial fungi down there, and I think it like cracks the foundation. Right, so that's what leads a lot to it coming down. And his final thought in doing that is that the Steves can be free.
Awesome. Who wants to pick up from Bob 303's moment?
Like any great action film, there's got to be love in the midst of the mayhem. So
Talk about it.
as we come back down from our beautiful Greece snot rocket moment, I say, Finn, I know this seems very inconvenient right now, but me and Jeremy Renner are in love, and we just can't wait. The world may be over tonight, and we want to end, however this ends, married. Can you please officiate?
Of course. And Finn sort of takes the hook and puts it down and holds the sort of ceremony quickly and lovingly for these two in front of anybody that would like to also.
Witnesses? Okay, great.
I think Laura literally like climbs up the ledge and then sees this going on and is like, okay.
We're doing this like as the gas is crumbling.
Yeah. Yes.
Or we're doing this like after
I-
post we get out.
I think to kind of give a moment for this, as Lure ascends and we see this knight with a big hook arm and a boat on his back. He comes up, he pulls out Gertrude, gives her a big kiss, and blows it out towards Clark, casting fear on her.
Ooh.
Nice.
Oh, fantastic. Okay, which forces Clark?
To stay away as this happens.
Yeah, I love it.
A little breathing moment.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's that moment in Armageddon, like right
Yeah.
before, like,
Yep.
well, like the asteroid is coming. Like we have to have a moment to sing the big song.
Oh,
So this is where like the song would happen in the movie.
And yeah, Clark is forced to leave the space. And she goes, "But I don't want to miss a thing.
Yeah.
Oh, I made you. Hoot.
are we imagining that we get out of here or we don't?
You tell me.
So I think when Clark starts to fly away because of the fear, Bob Hope grabs onto its like talon, like its arm, and says, "We may not get out of here, but neither are you." And I use the last charge of my shield that creates the invisible ring that bonds it to its spot. So if we're sinking, you're sinking too.
Oh my gosh. Whoa. This is gorgeous. I think as the castle sinks into the ground, Jeremy Lynn and Jeremy Jordan start to vocalize, like do a little a cappella.
Yeah.
And much like the band on the Titanic, I sing you guys underwater. Lure.
I think as the water floods in, Lure sees all of this. And
Ooh, can I
Yeah.
cut in really
Go,
quickly
go,
actually
go.
because I have a thing
yeah, go.
for you because I've grown to like you. I think Finnegan sees this whole thing happening and sees people sacrificing their boat, right? And like this profession of love, and is like very touched, and then looks at Finna and says, "Get that one out of here." And then I look at you and I go, "The might, she's yours."
Captain, come with us.
Hold these otters back or you won't make it. Get out of here. Just sail forever. Go!
And in that moment,
Amazing.
Bob and Laura figures out
Mm.
what the apostrophe IN has always been.
Ooh.
He's always been Bob Finlore. And he does as his first captain says, deploys Gertrude, takes Finna, and I think because Ben Folds no longer needs it because he can be with them, he takes the sword and makes it so that he sticks it into the ground right next to Bob Hope and looks him. You come back. You get them all out if you can. All right.
Before you leave, he takes off his leather armor, which he's been inscribing the journey on, and heads to you. In case I don't.
It's been an honor. Every one of you. And he gets on Gertrude. And he and Finna brace as the water comes in.
Okay. And as you and Finna brace, there is one more paw that kind of gets up onto Gertrude. You see it's Jeremy Allen White. I was so worried because I just saw you. Are you okay?
Yeah.
But no, none of us are okay. I kind of felt like I barely helped today. I was barely in this episode. Do you think you might need a chef on this boat? Wherever you're going. Do you like that wild rice I made you?
I still have one left.
Would you like more?
Ooh.
Yeah.
You can make me wild rice whenever you like.
Gonna get wild.
Ow!
I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind that at all. Wherever you're going, I'll have something wild for you.
All right.
Well, Finna stands there.
And
So
do we still have the Lizzes?
I think we do still have the lizards.
So we're gonna
yeah.
fly. We're just gonna fly above you
Yeah.
while you guys wrapped out,
Okay.
and we're just yeah. We're
So
gonna fly. We're
so
gonna fly
Rainer-
as
so-
the sparrow flies.
as a sparrow flies, so it looks.
I think everyone, like anyone who's not staying to nobly sacrifice themselves to hold off the otters and keep the owl down, and nobly sacrifice themselves to destabilize, there's enough room on Gertrude. Like, there's not that many of us left. So.
Yeah. Okay. So let's just to remind ourselves, who goes down with the ship?
I am waiting until the owl is dead. And then I will make a swim for it. I'm happy to roll for it and see
With the
if he
sword.
makes it.
With the sword.
With the sword. So I have so I do have, I'm able to breathe underwater for a bit. So I'm willing to make a roll for it, or if that's going down with the ship, I'm cool with that too.
Okay.
I'm still pretty deep in fighting the otters, so
Yeah,
I'm down with the ship.
you're down with the ship.
Okay.
And Bob 303 set off the whole chain of reaction. I think the fate of Hope and the fate of Captain Finnegan will remain a mystery.
A mousery.
A mouse,
Oh.
perhaps in the great lore and canon of What About Bob's, but perhaps something we'll discover the next time we are joined together for maybe another chapter in the story of What About Bob's. Cast.
Wow.
This-
Time.
that wraps our game. That wraps our story. I want to give you
Wow.
all kisses and smooches and hugs. Cass, you've been tremendous, fantastic. Audience, you've been fantastic. Listen, one last time, let's do it. Let's shout it from the rafters. This is Happy Jack's actual plays. We want to thank the chat mods who have been brilliant and beautiful in the chat,
Yes.
creating a safe space for all of us to be fans. We love you. Thank you, chat mods. We want to thank our heroic, truly mousy heroes, brave Bobs of the real world, true human superheroes, the patrons, the Patreon patrons who keep us ad-free and independent. It's because of you that we are able to play games like Mausritter and to live lives as little mice named Bobs. And we can enjoy games like this without worrying about publishing companies or system popularity. And anyone listening, anyone watching, you too can be a hero today. Just go to happyjacks.org/Patreon to join the heroic ranks of the Happy Jacks patrons. And now, one last time, with so much love, I am delighted to reintroduce my wonderful cast, this incredible group of Bobs and Finnegans.
Yeah.
Let's kick it off. Let's start with our most recent recruit to the band. Say something about yourself and about what you got going on, and feel free to drop in a favorite moment from today or any past.
Hello, everyone. I am Dion, and I have played Captain Finnegan, your local pirate swashbuckler. You can find me most places on the internet at Delta Echo 7792. Although, again, just family stuff, so not really fun unless you want to see cute kids.
They're really cute.
They are really cute. It's all my wife's. She did it. And also, if this was fun and you want to see me elsewhere, on Saturdays at Happy Jacks, we are playing a Spelljammer where I play a very innocent and very sort of naive grave cleric. So if you're interested, there's a lot of sexual innuendos. He gets none of them.
Angel.
Like, it's just,
Perfect
Little
angel.
angel.
I know nothing about your party. Yeah. No.
So cute.
outside of that, I just want to say thank you for the invite. Thank you for letting me bring some of my own creativity to it. I was told your story and to sort of build from it, and I was like, I have ideas.
Oh,
And
that rocks.
just like allowing me to come in and inject a little bit of my creativity into it. I just appreciate that, and I had a great time. This was wonderful. Thank you, everybody.
Yeah.
Great
Incredible.
job,
Yeah. Oh my God. Hi, everybody. I've been the Terry Gamble. That's still me. I played Bobby Socks, Bobby S-O-C-K-S. What a delight and honor. Thank you, Artem, for allowing me to meet a little mouse at the end of the apocalypse. I think Kimmy had messaged me about this thing, and I was like, "Can we play that yesterday?" Like as soon as she sent it, like what it was, I was like, "Okay, I'm in." I didn't know how much it would be so important. Anywho, so thank you so much for creating this beautiful game with us. This story, and what else do I want to talk about? For all the people listening and watching, all that kind of good stuff, please check out Horror Movie Survival Guide. It's a show I do every week for over almost 8 years now. So there's a lot of episodes, backlog you can get into if you like scary movies. And if you don't, I think you'll also enjoy it. I have friends who do not watch scary movies that enjoy the show because it gives them an opportunity to hear and have the movies heavily spoiled for them. Which, if you want to know everything about it, if you want to know if the dog dies, the whole thing. Do you know what I mean? Like all the stuff you want to know before you watch the movie. For those of you who are too scared, especially, it is great for that. So I want to recommend it for that. I also do a show once a month with the George A. Romero Foundation called Horror X, which is focusing on interviewing different women and femmes in horror. It's a delight to have these wonderful conversations and chats with people. If you're listening in the month of March, we are doing a bunch of special events with the George A. Romero Foundation, doing a panel on the 20th of March Women in Horror, we actually had a little mini contest for so a bunch of short films were sent in, submissions. So we're going to talk to the winners. We have 3 winners that we're going to be chatting with. I'm sure you'll be able to find that on the GARF YouTube. That's the George A. Romero Foundation YouTube channel, the GARF Network, affectionately known as that. And then our Horror X show every Thursday, the last Thursday of the month. You can watch it live if you want, 6 p.m. Pacific, or you can catch the VODs like most people do. Hello, you guys are probably used to that if you're listening or watching our show too. Hey, so check it out. Nice backlog of fun stuff there. And thank you again for joining me on this adventure. You can find me on most of the internet at the Terry Gamble. And people joke about it, but it's because there was another Terry apparently on the internet who was a writer or whatever. And I'm like, so do I, but like I've out SEO'd her now, so sorry, Terry Gamble. Terry Gamble now.
Thank you, Terry.
Yeah.
Hey everybody, I'm Bill Roper. You can find me various places virtually at Bill freaking Roper. And this has been an absolute delight. Oh my gosh. Getting to play with some people I play with a lot and people I've never played with before and I've always wanted to. So this was remarkable. And Artem, thank you so much for including me and for being an amazing storyteller and so inclusive in making this a truly collaborative adventure. You can catch me on Wednesdays, 1:30 p.m. Pacific daylight time.
No, quite.
Compared to that other character, you mean you don't sound like a sweet little squeaky mouse?
No. And 4:30 Eastern on the Severed Studios Twitch channel. We are playing Few and Far Between, which is the extension of our Rolling in the Netherdeep campaign, where we finished all that written content in Exandria, and now we are off on our own bizarre adventures, which we fought like a spore beholder. That was terrible.
Oh.
That poisoned one of the characters and was literally probably 5 or 6 real game minutes away from dead.
Whoa.
It was intense. It was good.
Rough.
So good stuff. A lot of fun. I play Orgoth Skullcrusher, who is half orc, half drow. All badass, unarmed battle master. Yeah, crazy man.
Sweet baby angel.
Yeah, he's a sweet baby angel. He's 17. He doesn't know what the hell he's doing.
He's just a little guy.
He's a little guy. Yeah, he's a big little guy.
big
And thank you everybody for letting me live out my my superhero arc.
That was
Annoying.
amazing and beautiful.
Thank you, Bill.
Incredible.
Oh my gosh. Hi everyone, I'm Kai. You can find me all over the internet as Estella Ladris. I'm also extremely grateful for all of this mouse venturing with all of you lovely humans. This has been such a treat and so collaborative and wonderful, and I just really enjoyed this. This is fun. Gosh, when I'm not playing a Salty River Mouse, you can find me on Saturdays over on Transmitter RPG. Not this Saturday, because we're doing a special that I am not in. But usually on Saturdays, I'm over on Transplanar RPG, which is an all-transgender, people of color-led dark fantasy actual play set in a non-colonial, anti-orientalist multiverse, where I play the sad cowboy dad of the party, Mr. Zanin Esh, and that is what I do on most Saturdays, just not this one. And then coming up very, very soon, I have 2 shows that have been announced. One of them is Laurie's House, which starts on March 27th, which is an actual play that I've been developing for 2 years with Tender Vicious Studios about memory and who we are in our memories and exploring community and self-growth through re-exploring memories using a game system called The Home We Remember that we made for this game, and it's going to be available for people to play, which is wild. And then just announced this week, for those of you who have been following my adventures here at Happy Jacks, you'll be excited to hear I'm going back to Middle Earth. I will be joining the cast of The Fourth Age, which is a Fourth Age one-ring game with the Wounded Warrior Project Stream to Serve. It is a charity stream, but it's also I'm joining in the middle of their campaign as a character that will be very exciting in the Fourth Age of Middle Earth.
With Sam.
All right.
What?
With Sam.
No, I was with Sam.
Right,
Yeah,
okay, yeah.
was Runa Bree, but I will be going back to Middle Earth on a different channel, but it will be more Middle Earth adventures from Kai in the very near future. I'm so
Dope.
tickled
Sweet.
to go back.
Love
We
it.
love it.
Thank you, Kyle.
We love to see that for sure.
Hey everybody, I'm Joey. You can find me on all the socials at Fairwild85 or just Fairwild. That's Feywilde. Come and talk to me on Blue Sky about Drag Race because what the hell just happened last week? The most
Something
unhinged
big
episode.
happened?
It's great. It's crazy.
Unreasonable behavior.
Most unhinged episode I think maybe ever.
Oh my god, I have to watch.
It's crazy. Anyway,
Or not, I want to get your recap.
Yeah. I am performing at the Renaissance Fair. Yay!
No idea.
I know.
And how?
Only my 9th season. Dear God. So that'll be from the 4th of April through the 18th of May. Except I will not be there the 19th, the
But
25th,
why?
or the 5th of May because I'll be doing the Secret Garden at Golden West College in Huntington Beach, California. So you can hear me try to do a very bad Yorkshire accent. It's getting better. So yeah, come do that. It'll be a lot of fun. All the information will be on my socials as I get more promotional material for that. But I hope to see you at the Renaissance Fair, or see you at Secret Garden, or back on Happy Jacks for something in the future, maybe.
Yeah. Some of that too.
Yes.
Thank you, Joey. And also, Joey has been our in-studio producer.
Strongest of us all.
Thank you so much, Joey. And I've been your GM. My name is Artem. My pronouns are he and they. I love doing this. This was super fun. I just am a big fan of TTRPGs. I really love running them. I love being in them. I love streaming them. This is gorgeous. So this has been such an honor and such a pleasure to play and create with all of you. You've all brought something so lovely, and deep, and heartfelt, and weird to the game. It's been so rewarding.
That's great.
It's been the highlight of the last. I mean, this has been like 3 months, really, all things considered. Just,
Yeah.
There's been nothing but thinking about this game and being in this game and enjoying this game, and then thinking about this game and being in this game and enjoying this game. You know, It's been really wild. So thank you so much for this, and thank you so much for trusting me with this this wild little story. I'm so excited about what we've created together. So thank you all so much. Would love to play with any of you anytime. Would love to, be a part of whatever you're doing. So it's just been such a pleasure to get to know all of you and to experience this together. I have a podcast called Scary Movie and a Sandwich. It's about scary movies and sandwiches. It is available on YouTube. It's available on all the places where ear listening entertainment is available. There are a lot of new episodes coming out soon, and there are going to be maybe some people from this live stream featured on said show. So stay tuned. I also want to give a huge shout out to a couple of local California, particularly here in this Southern California, gaming communities. I want to shout out the Story Games LA community that meets at Geeky Teas. You guys are super rad. They've been extremely influential, just like learning new games that just use different ways to approaching of telling collaborative stories. So y'all are super rad. Story Games LA, love you. And I also want to shout out Dead Gamer Society, who are a rad place of folks who are just nerdy about horror games, and they play a lot of horror themed games, and they're extremely sweet and very, very welcoming. And I got to run a hack of Kids on Bikes with them a little while ago, where you get to be a parent on the worst day of your life because you don't know what happened to your kids.
Oh!
The hack is called Parents in Minivans.
Oh my
God.
They were
Oh,
very,
no.
very lovely. It was a beautiful experience, and so
True that, though. You know who your kids are.
do you know where your kids are? So Story Games LA, Dead Gamer Society, check them out, find them at Geeky Teas, and also listen. Can we hear for Geeky Teas?
Oh, Geeky Teas.
It's been an honor to be able to
Featured
feature
role.
you here.
Yeah.
So if you're in California, you got to find yourself at Geeky Teas. And with that, I just want to wish everyone to be lovely, wonderful, compassionate humans, mice, and humans to one another in the world. It's a strange time, and it could be bleak out there, but we can all endeavor to be brave Bobs once in a while. So stay beautiful, stay bright for each other, and love ya. We'll catch you soon. Mwah.
Love you.
Thanks for
Thank
being here.
you. Bye.